everybody. It is Meta Monday. Welcome to Masters of the Metaverse here on the Zombie Orpheus Entertainment channel on Twitch. I am not necessarily your GM, and maybe I am at the same time. Who knows? I mean, it's Metaverse. Anything can happen. But my name is James Durham, and I'm joined here at my virtual table by Sarah Sandrazodi.
Hello.
Maggie Doyle.
Hello.
Christian Doyle.
Hello.
And Vanessa Postel. That's right. So what exactly is Masters of the Metaverse? Oh, I don't know. I guess it's only the most interactive live stream RPG on the planet. That's right. You, the people watching right now. Yeah, you sitting at home. Absolutely. You looking at the screen in this very moment. You can change and guide this story live as it happens. We've got an incredible store with all kinds of great things in it. Speaking of, last week, before we were able to go on the air, Keen was able to purchase a couple of things towards today's episode, which are already in there. Want to thank you for that ahead of time, Keen. Everybody else, you could follow the example and also buy really cool stuff in the store.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Makes it really, really, really fun. In addition to our great store, we also have our weekly supporter polls. Which, if you're not a supporter, you should become a supporter. Not only do you get the cool polls, but you get all kinds of other really cool stuff. Check it out. I mean, it's worth your time to just take a look, if nothing else. But I've got those results if you guys want them. You guys want the poll results? All right. All right. Sarah, you're going to get plus 20 health and plus 6 to a roll this week.
Thank you, Chad.
Yeah, not bad. Christian, you're going to get plus 20 health and plus 4 to a roll this week.
That was a mistake.
Vanessa, you're going to get plus 30 health and plus 2 to a roll this week.
Thank you so much.
Maggie, you get plus 20 health and plus 6 to a roll this week.
Thank you.
And in an unprecedented in all of the seasons of Metaverse, I received the most votes and get plus 30 health and plus 6 to a roll. That's never happened ever on Metaverse. Not once. Never. Just going to point that out.
Daniel Bryan, you so hard.
And speaking of supporters, I've got some very special supporters I would like to thank. Christopher Rosa, thank you.
Thank you.
Amanda Jose Alderman, thank you.
Thank you.
And Otto Pfefferkorn,
Otto,
thank you.
say that one more time.
Otto Pfefferkorn.
Pfefferkorn. That is excellent.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Our fans have some really, really cool names. I'm just going to point that out.
They do.
From having to do these supporter ones so many different times and getting to know all of them. And some of them have appeared multiple times as being thank yous in the episode, and all of them have really, really cool names. But hey, what has been happening on Masters of the Metaverse? Well, these crazy, crazy pilots, oh man, so much has been happening, have been having to go into all sorts of different metaverses that they've been to before and try and stop someone from altering the timeline. And for once, very, very recently, in fact, just the last episode we aired, they finally were able to catch up to this person for a brief moment before they left the avatar that they were in that particular metaverse, and discover at the very least a motive behind all of this. Something about saving his family. And so he claimed millions of other lives, but who knows? It could have all been a scam. I mean, he's obviously screwed up a lot of things in a lot of metaverses over this time and done so intentionally. So whether you believe him or not, I leave that up to you, dear viewer. And hey, let's pick up exactly where we left off. In fact, in that end of that episode, we discovered something very, very startling. Ronald Gabriel Zenda had once again arrived at the headquarters of our masters in less than an ideal state. In fact, the metal bound to most of his body seemed to be unraveling and disappearing into the air around him, while he screamed and writhed in pain, collapsing on a table in the medical room, slowly coming undone. This, of course, occurred just as Crash Jackson and some of his allies finished their adventures in a metaverse. The last thing that escaped poor Ronald Gabriel's Henda's lips was a plea to save the blacksmith. And that's where we're going to begin today's story. I'm going to let someone else take that away from here.
So I'm assuming I have to like tend to his wounds in some way that are insane.
That's an excellent question. Yeah, he's there. He's definitely like jerking around on this medical table in front of you. The metal that goes in and out of his body is writhing around like a snake, just like it looks like it's piercing him in one spot and then coming out in another spot, and like it's working its way through his veins and then out and then into the air like vapor.
Awesome.
It smells terrible.
Yeah. I would like to at least put him to sleep so that he's not like writhing in pain.
Yeah, you check it. You check his chart. You look at all the machines that he's hooked up to because he's hooked up to a state-of-the-art medical facility. He is doped up as doped up can be without killing him.
That's what we want right now because he doesn't want to experience this. All right.
There's not a lot you seem to be able to do for him right now. Crash is looking at all the machines as well, and he's like, yeah, he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Okay. We gotta save him.
Yeah.
Right. And to do that, he said we got to save the blacksmith.
So we need you and Jenica and Aquamarine, and I can't send Thomas.
Why not?
He's busy with something else.
Oh, all right.
I'm having him find something. Pierce.
Wait. You mean that jerk who wouldn't save that little girl last time?
Yeah, that's the one.
Why do we need his help? He's clearly not
class
helpful.
5. If you're gonna get this done, you're gonna need one.
Right, class 5, right. Ooh, woo, whoop-de-doo.
I can't come, I'm sorry.
Well, what about, a different class 5 who's not a big jerk face?
There's only me and Andy James.
Right.
We're both big jerk faces.
She is. I would disagree on the fact of either of you being jerk faces because I think both of you would have saved that little girl when I desperately asked for her life to be saved.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He just said, bye. Don't care.
She's with Thomas.
Right. Okay.
Either that or I've got to have him handle the transfer stuff back here. This is going to be nuts.
All right. Fine. No, it's fine. You're right. We got to have a class 5. I mean, of course I trust you, Crash.
Before too long, within just a couple of minutes, standing in the doorway is Pierce.
What's going on here?
You're going in.
I don't think
No, I don't go in.
I don't think I've met him. Have I?
Oh, I don't know. Jenica, this is Pierce. Pierce, this is Jenica. Pierce is the guy who owns the spaceship.
It's a meta ship. Thank you very much.
It's a spaceship.
Okay, great.
He's also delightful, as you can see.
Well,
Can I have my ship back yet? Are you done with it?
No.
Yeah, remember I just said we needed to take care of one more thing. This is the thing.
So I can't have my ship back unless I go into a metaverse with these heroes.
Yep.
I'm sorry. We prefer big damn heroes. If you could just get that correct.
We do prefer that, yes.
Yeah.
But I get my ship back.
Yep. In and out, no bonding. You just gotta let it play out.
To save a guy that I despise.
Yeah, you do need to save a guy that you despise.
Who does he
Wow,
despise?
Oh, as far as I'm concerned, Zenda can unravel and disappear. That would be just fantastic.
Here's a funny story, Pierce. Nothing is happening to Zenda right now. You see that? Everything is that metal. Now, that metal he has had for a long time.
I follow.
If that goes, he goes, right?
Yeah, you
But
say that like it's a bad thing.
he goes at an earlier point in the timeline than now, maybe.
Oh.
You see, the metal going
Oh.
out of his body and then back into his body and looping around and then going into nothing and then coming out of nothing.
So he
I'm
literally.
assuming you've
comes
seen
up.
chronal energy at work at this point.
I follow you. I follow you. All right. So
Okay, so if he disappears 2 months ago as opposed to today,
that
that's
has
not good for you either.
No. There's. But I get my ship back,
Promise.
and I don't have to do any hero stuff.
I mean, unless you count this as hero stuff, but really, it's more of a rescue mission than anything, and it's of a guy you don't like, so it's not heroic in the least. You hate this guy.
Okay.
I would argue that makes it more heroic, but who am I? Also, I'm curious about your aversion to hero-ness, heroic
Hero
adventures.
stuff. Gets
Hero
people
stuff.
killed.
Oh, and you're scared of death?
I have an obligation.
To not die?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
may have-
Pierce, I guess chop.
Okay.
Am I
You
here
got
to
me.
this room, or am I?
Yeah, you're here. You come in at the tail end of the conversation. Hi, Alkamarine.
Oh, hey, Crash. I don't think I've met Pierce either.
We've met once or twice around here.
Yeah, you've seen him around. He's the guy with the spaceship. He's kind of a dick.
Sure.
I'll accept that.
He's not.
All right. So he's coming with us.
Yeah, and mostly just as a fourth. This is on the three of you. I think you know the area better than he will.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I don't care if we know the area better than he, but we are a team. And we are going to work together as a team. And he is going to pull his weight as a member of this team because that is what we do.
Great, Rosie. You take point.
You got
on
it,
this then.
Rosie.
And
Keep everybody in line, okie dokes.
you got it. And I would like to remind you, Pierce, that I do have the entire power of Loki running through my body. So you might get your ship back physically. Like, just don't know what form it might
Hey,
be in
Rosie,
if you
come
mess
on.
this
I
up.
thought we were a team. Did we threaten team members? Do we still do that? Oh, you haven't
I'm
grown
wo-
out of that yet?
I'm working on it real kind of sort of
Jenica,
hard.
you take point.
Oh. All
Now,
right.
The doctor lady's smart. I'll listen to
If
her.
Rosie magically grows up halfway through, give it back to her.
Okay.
I don't expect that will happen.
I understand. I got that sarcasm.
Well, I'm
Also,
still
Rosie, I
20
have
away.
360-degree vision. I can tell when you're rolling your eyes at me.
Hashtag clarity. I mean, if Pierce goes back and saves the blacksmith, then Zenda gets all the trauma of being slowly eaten alive by metalback, so that's 6+ months of slow torture.
Ew.
Valid
Gross.
point.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, this is going to be very painful for Ronald Gabriel Zenda. All right, I'm going to monitor
sold.
this end as much as I can through Zenda, and I'll wait for some kind of signal.
Okay.
Got it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, Aquamarine, it's really good to see you. I'm sorry.
I'm
You're going to like this one, I think.
Oh yes. No, I'm. Yeah. Let's revisit this one. This is the one I bonded with.
Are you still bonded to that? To her?
I believe so.
That's fantastic news. Okay, everybody hop in.
I
Reluctantly.
hate this part.
Oh, by the way, Pierce, you got to get all the way naked to get in the metapod.
No.
No. No. No.
You're gonna have to work a lot harder
Rosie.
to see me naked, Rosie.
Oh.
So as three of you make your way to the metapods and one of you does so reluctantly, you get in and you find yourself whisked away to yet another world. This one familiar to some of you. Welcome back to Youngstown, Ohio,
That's right.
circa the Great Fairy War. Take a look at your character sheets. They should be there in front of you. Those are your avatars. Rosie, you are in the avatar, once again, of Wayfarer. Wayfarer being the messenger of the summer court.
Indeed.
Jenica, you are playing, once again, the Whisper, the
Yes.
assassin of the Winter Court.
Yes.
Or rather, former assassin, right?
Yes.
Then we've got Pierce is in the avatar of Ambrose. Ambrose, technically, McCallum, the Iron Prince. And Aquamarine is in the avatar, once again, of Gina, Ambrose's mother.
Short for Janessa.
Correct. Janessa Sakavetti McCallum.
The Iron Queen.
For all intents and purposes, yes. Now, timeline-wise, it has been 20 years since you were last in what was considered the Iron Kingdom back in the day. Youngstown was a stronghold for what was left of humanity in North America after the Winter Court viciously attacked and declared war on humanity. For many years, the war raged, and most of you are survivors of that conflict. Gina, you and your father made a pact with basically the warlord king of Youngstown, one Wally McCallum, known as the Iron King.
Wally.
After many hardships, you had made your way to him and became his betrothed and fought on the front lines of one of the greatest battles the fairy world had ever seen, with the help of the mysterious entity known as the Blacksmith and several others. You were able to beat back the war, the oncoming onslaught before the wild hunt was unleashed. And although there were casualties, your side definitely came out on top.
The human.
Pierce, question? Oh, just saw your hand in the air. I thought you were like, but no? Okay, great. So it has been 20 years since that time. You have a son, Ambrose. Ambrose, who you love more than anything. When he was a boy, he was basically saw by both sides of the war, both humanity and the Fae side, as a harbinger of peace. He was kind of the first child that was born in this kind of new post-war world where humanity and the Fae could once again start to live together. Now, things aren't great between both sides, but you are living in peace. And part of that is because the Fae Court is just as interested in the future of Ambrose as you are. He was betrothed to a courtesan of the summer court at a very young age, to be named when he was older. And he was given blessings by the king and queen of both courts. He is the only holder of the 4 blessings. So they think he's fairly special, and you've raised him as well as you can to know he's got a little bit of your power in him, which yours has grown exponentially over the years. Once able to, shape metal with your hands in any form you wanted, you can now do it at a distance with your mind. You're basically the Magneto of the modern age. Hooray!
Yay!
And that's where you've been. Ambrose.
Yes.
You've been raised to be a working class prince for all intents and purposes.
I love my mom.
Yeah, of course you do. You're an absolute mama's boy in the best way possible, in that you love your mom. And you've learned everything that she has ever taught you. You can shape metal with your hands the way that she used to be able to. You can fight, you can shoot, you can fix a car. You don't have all of the niceties of royalty, but your mother wanted you to grow up human, even though you were going to have to someday maybe rule in the Feywild.
Maybe.
I don't really want to do that.
You
Or
don't get a lot of choice in this.
do a lot of
Everybody
things, but-
seems rather insistent. What do you think Ambrose's real ambition is?
well, to work on cars, obviously.
Wants to work on just like his mama, just like his granddad. God rest his soul. Old Joe unfortunately passed away some 10 years ago now, and you miss Grandpa more than just about anybody in the world. He can always make you smile, even though smiling is maybe your least favorite thing to do in general.
Grandpa Joe.
Grandpa's the best.
Wayfarer.
Yes.
Always the exuberant one. The Wayfarer bonded with Gina. That's the only way I can really describe it. You were there on basically royal appointment for a very short period of time when her husband fell ill and died. And you, not being human, hadn't really seen the depth of human grief in the past. And to say it moved you would be an understatement. All you really see in humans, for the most part, before that was, anger and passion, but the depth of grief that she felt, not at the loss of her husband, but at the loss of her child's father, moved you. And you kind of did the whole there, kind of healing that you were capable of doing.
It
But
was an
if anything-
outpouring of emotion.
Yeah. If anything, the experience really unlocked your true empathy. And there it is, right on your face.
Correct.
Which, by the way, is so cute. Okay. Whisper.
Yes.
Good news. You've come back several times over the last 2 decades.
Yes.
Not out of any sense of friendship, but more of a courtly loyalty. When Ambrose turned 5 years old, he was officially betrothed to you.
Yes.
He has been your fiance since he was 5 years old, and you were just a sprightly 487.
Yes.
Now, when you became the Whisper, you gave up your name,
Yes.
and you gave up your immortality. So,
Yes.
this is a big deal for you. The wedding is supposed to take place, technically, 2 days from now.
Okay.
Or 3 days from now, excuse me. You and your bridegroom to be
Mhm.
have to walk from his homeland to your homeland. Now, if this would have happened in a different time, that wouldn't be a big deal. It's only, across the veil for most people, because you're just walking from one realm into another. However, since the war, travel has changed significantly. With the war ending, something became much more dangerous. That something is the blacksmith. The blacksmith who was your ally during the war, during the final battle, became enraged, I guess could be the only word to describe it. And over the course of that 3-day-long skirmish, he outright killed a lot of the Fae hierarchy, including the leader of the Wild Hunt. He then took the helmet of the leader of the Wild Hunt and put it on. He has become less and less human over the years. At first, he seemed as though he was distant, because you knew Jack. You all knew him, except for Ambrose. He was a kind soul, but from that day on, it was like he slowly faded away. Over the next year, Jack was seen less and less until only the blacksmith remained. And the blacksmith is a vengeful creature. Despite the peace of your 2 kingdoms, he has not ended his crusade to end anything Fae touched. In fact, he has a group not affiliated with him of fanatical followers who call themselves the Journeymen. As you can imagine, they are all dudes, and they all hate anything Fae. This is not a sexism allegory. Is it? It might be. It might be. This might be going that way. We might be just like really heavy-handed with this since we're shoving 2 episodes into one. We might as well. Yeah, but Blacksmith went off his rocker, and you haven't seen much of him in the last 20 years or so. The last you saw of him was in person with any kind of humanity was at Ambrose's christening.
Like the Wicked Witch person in Sleeping Beauty?
Maleficent.
Not quite so much. You caught a glimpse of him. He didn't like show up and ruin the ceremony and blah 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 blah. He didn't do any of that evil queen stuff. Hopefully it's not because he's more sinister and doesn't just tell everybody his plans all the time. Hopefully that's not the reason.
Hopefully.
So Whisper and Wayfarer, you arrived in Youngstown just a couple of days ago. It was quite the trek because since the blacksmith has gone all wackadoo, the ways have been closed. The veil that separates your 2 worlds can no longer just be passed in and out of by the Wayfarer with a group anymore. Now you have to use the old ways, which were these standing stones or rock circles that were spread out throughout the world in different places that were kind of places of power. I don't know if any of this is sounding familiar to you, that you could pass through the veil at these places. And those places still exist, but passing through the veil, just with a magic spell or whatever, is not something that can be done anymore. It's basically like the borders have been closed for all intents and purposes. The exception being the Wayfarers of both courts, the Summer Wayfarer being you, Rosie, and the Winter Wayfarer being someone else, can both travel freely, but you can't take passengers with you like you used to, making your job a little bit less useful. Unfortunately, the 2 of you from the ways you came from in Colby, Ohio, basically had to, drive.
Ugh.
In a gross car.
Ugh.
But when you got there, everyone was happy to see you, and there was a great celebration that lasted 2 whole days with dancing and drinking and singing, all the old songs, all the new songs, a little bit of Pat Benatar. It was fantastic and as good a party as you've ever seen humans have. That's one good thing about the war being over.
Excellent use of resources. I like it.
But now you have but 3 sunsets to get to the altar of your marriage and perform the ceremony where you name each other husband and wife.
Okay.
And that's what you're supposed to be doing.
So,
However, you were given other instructions when you came into this world, and those instructions were save the blacksmith.
right. But he's the bad guy.
That's what you know right now. We're gonna do a system shock just to start everybody off today,
Yes.
just so we can see where we are and make things harder to do.
All right.
I like doing.
I
So
like it.
I'm going to start with Rosie.
All right.
We currently would have you in the middle, and you're going to go right in the middle.
Okay.
That's easy.
That was shocking.
Let's see, Vanessa, Aquamarine, you are going to be 1 away from Avatar.
All right. Ooh, move my slider.
Mm-hmm. Jenica, you are going to be all the way Avatar.
Ooh.
And James, you are going to be all the way Avatar. We don't have a lot of people by pilot right now. Completely not by design. That would be a lot easier for you to get things moving. What's wrong with you? Why did randomness have to... Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's why you know you're ruining everything.
Are you just yelling at randomness right now?
Yeah, I do yell at randomness from time to time, and I don't feel bad about it, so don't try and make me.
I would never.
Let's see, what do we have in the store right now? We have a hack attack that is going to take effect in this episode.
Woo.
We have an Aquamarine buff
Yes, from last week.
and a Jenica buff
Oh, yes.
and a Moment of Clarity and 3 meta points. So try and keep
Hell
those
yeah.
in mind.
Thank you.
If they throw me any bones to throw at you, don't think I won't throw them directly at your head. I'm a fair GM, but I'm not a nice one.
True.
So, with the celebration coming to an end, you only have a couple of sunsets before you have to be at the altar. The plan is to leave at sunrise, and sunrise is fast approaching. Now, the rules are very simple with this ritual. It's called the Long Walk, and it's called the Long Walk for a reason. You, meaning Jenica, meaning the Whisper, and Ambrose have to walk from his homeland to your homeland.
All right.
The only way to do that is through the ways, because of the way things work right now. So you have to walk in upwards of about 40 miles in a few days. Now, you've planned out the trip quite meticulously, and you can use your specific charms to make you move a little faster and make better time. And because the road is going to be protected for as long as you are on that ritual, for as long as you walk the path, you won't be attacked by anything. It's magically protected in that way. However, it's a long walk. That's why they call it that. Once you get there, you perform the ritual. Everything's hunky-dory. But getting there it's supposed to be a courtship ritual, because it was very common in the Elven court specifically. If they intermarried between courts, the long walk was one of the rituals that they did. And it was a way for the bride and the bridegroom to get to know each other.
Yes.
Otherwise, they had just met at the altar that day. This was, part of making sure that the bride and groom don't necessarily hate each other, or if they do, that they can work around it.
Yes. I understand.
So, here you are at the gates of Youngstown, Ohio, Ambrose's hometown, getting ready to watch the sun come up so you can begin the long walk.
Is he meeting me here at the gate, or should I meet him at his house?
Well, the Wayfarer, you are all together already. You were at kind of the closing ceremony for the party, where everybody is kind of waddling off to bed and saying goodbye to the lucky bride and groom. The humans take it a lot less seriously because they don't have any idea what the hell you're doing. The ways of the Fae are completely alien to most humans, with the exception of Gina's family, who's taken the time to get to know it, and formerly of Jack, the man who became the blacksmith and turned into a monster somehow. For those of you who are in the middle or more pilot than avatar, that's going to easily register to you that it was the day that Jack got sucked into Zenda.
Indeed.
The fade started to happen that day. Whatever was left of Jack is now in Zenda, because the rest of it seems to have burned away. With hatred and blah, blah, blah. Allegory. You know what I meant, right? Good. So there you are. You have a chance to talk to each other a little bit before the sun rises. I suggest you do so.
What do I say, Mom?
Just be yourself, sweetie. We'll be okay. Just take a deep breath. Here you go.
You
hi.
Hello. You seem nervous.
No, I'm not nervous.
You do not lie to the Fae.
Don't lie to the Wayfarer, sweetie.
Yeah, I'm nervous, okay?
That's fine. It's okay to be nervous. We're doing a good thing.
I know that. This is important.
Yes.
You keep telling yourself that like a mantra over it. This is important. This is going to be great. She's going to be a great wife. I'm going to be a good husband. And you look over at her and smile, and she's beautiful. I mean, she's clearly twice your age.
Or more.
Well, she's obviously a lot more, but she only looks about twice your age. It's not that weird.
It's not that weird.
No, it's not. It's not weird. It's not weird.
Just think of me like an extreme cougar.
Before this goes any further, is everyone prepared for the journey? We will not be stopping much.
I have food. Yes.
We have
I'm ready.
go. We've been planning for weeks.
I am ready.
Good.
That is fantastic. And it's perfect because just then the sun starts peeking up over the horizon. And then it's all the way up. And then it keeps moving.
We should go.
And now it's behind you.
What?
And it's still, now it's going down. Sun is going down right now.
How did that?
By
What?
the time you have time to turn 180 degrees, the sun is setting.
How did that happen?
And night once again sets in.
Are we alone, or are there people around us?
There are people, like they're kind of coming out of their houses. They're still half drunk.
Oh,
So clearly only.
But there were
Seconds
only about 5 seconds of daylight.
That wasn't right. That's not right. That's not supposed to happen.
no, that's not supposed to happen.
I can see through Fae illusions. Was that an illusion?
Can I get you to make a roll? Let me see what roll I want you to make. That was a. There we go.
I can also.
Yes, ancient lore would work. Fey knowledge would work. Fey magic would work.
All right.
Sorcery would work.
I would like to use a meta point and go one closer to the Wayfarer so that I can roll better dice for my Fey knowledge.
Please do. That down to 2.
I beat mine by 10.
Anybody else have rolls?
I beat mine by 8 for Fey knowledge.
Right, you're not going to. 10 is enough, obviously, to get you a critical success.
Hashtag metapoint. I mean, if I'm remembering things correctly, all you have to do is snatch the blacksmith's cloak like it was a particularly heinous wig. Jack was only the blacksmith when the hood was up.
Okay. Thank you.
Good memory, Merc.
And thank
Excellent
you
memory,
because
Mark.
I don't remember. So thank you.
Where were we? Yes, you just made a roll. Not an illusion.
And for the,
Anybody who beat it by more than 2 can tell it is not an illusion. The sun has risen and fallen, and a day has passed.
and I'm so sorry for not clarifying, Christian. My Fey knowledge was more of a has this happened? Do I know of this happening before? A cause for this? A reason?
And you beat it by 8?
Correct.
Okay. There are Fey magics that will allow something like that to happen. Both the summer court and the winter court have. It's not something they can do all the time. It's a big, big ritual.
Wow.
Excellent. Is this
Very taxing. Kills many.
Excellent. Is this also a power that the blacksmith could possess?
No. This
Okay.
is the deepest of Fey magic.
Okay.
Only a very powerful and heavily sacrificial ritual could have made that happen, and they could really only do it one day.
Oh, well.
So, although you know it has happened and it is real, it is highly, highly unlikely that they would be able to do it again.
We were also prepared to set foot at daybreak, which we did do. Therefore, we can continue our journey despite
Yes,
losing a day.
You just only have the one day to make it now.
Well.
Can we make it that far in a day?
It's just over 40 miles, like I said.
We
If you
can.
walk really, really fast, you won't make it by a long shot. No.
Are the people confused, or are they just like? Are
They
they?
honestly, but the few people that were outside barely noticed.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was 5 seconds of light and then nothing. Now it's back to dusk again.
We should move.
All right.
Yes, we should definitely move.
Any discussions on enhancing our trip can be made while on the move rather than stationary.
Indeed.
Should we? Will we have to walk? Like that's 100%.
Well,
We have to
give me
make
a Fey
the
lore or a Fey knowledge kind of roll.
My understanding was we have to make the journey.
Can I get the roll?
I beat mine by 9.
Thank you.
I do not have Fey knowledge.
I beat mine by 6.
Okay. So, both of you would know only Ambrose and the Whisper have to walk.
Huh.
But they have to walk the entire way.
But
So do my feet have to be touching the ground?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait a moment. What if we walked while we were on something that was moving? If we never stopped walking, even if the object was moving, we could cover more ground that way.
Give me
Right?
a notice check.
that's a great idea.
That is very perceptive and
Think about
wise.
Wayfarer.
Yes.
Beat it by 2.
Anybody else?
Oh, sure, I can notice things.
Notice. Yeah.
I beat it by 2.
I beat it by 4.
Ambrose's idea seems a sound one. It's a loophole, certainly, but as long as you're on something that's moving, as long as you're walking the whole time, and that thing traverses the path that it's supposed to traverse, then you shouldn't technically be breaking any Fey rules.
What a great idea, honey.
What
Who beat their notice by more than 5?
Or
No one. I didn't roll for it, though. I'll give it a shot. I got my notice right on, a 16.
Okay. But, yeah, the idea definitely has legs. Pardon the expression.
what sort of device or contraption or element could do this for us? I am picturing a wave where we are standing on some sort of board that we could walk on, and the wave would take us. But I do not see this as practical.
maybe Ambrose with your
Tina?
Oh yeah, I could build something with my
Yeah,
eyes.
why don't you give me a mechanic roll and a metallurgy roll?
I beat my mechanic roll by 2. Ooh. And I beat my metallurgy roll by 14.
Fantastic. So, the engineering roll tells you that, yeah, you just need something that, that's big and that'll move fast enough to get there that they can walk on, like a bus or a train or something with a large carriage. And as long as they're walking around inside of it with somebody else driving, that should be doable technically.
Okay. And we have to make it by the
metallurgy roll you beat by 14 though.
Yes, I did.
Within 100 feet of you, there is a vehicle that fits that description. It's about 400 steps to your east, in what appears to be a large pile of rubble. You cannot see it, but you can sense it. At least a coach that's big enough.
Okay. Can I sense it out from the area?
Yeah, it's mostly metal and aluminum, so it's really easy to sense. You don't even have to roll to know it's there. You just had to roll to separate it from all the other junky metal that's around.
Perfect. Look over there, everyone. I found this most suitable thing for us to use.
You look over and you see a collapsed building.
You're right, Mom. I sense it too.
I gaze lovingly at my child.
He's grown so big and
We're
so
gonna
strong.
get there, honey. We're gonna. Everything will be okay. What was that? Sorry.
I said he's grown so big and so strong.
Yes, exactly. He looks like me and not his father.
Yeah, well, I mean, he looks like he does it. We'll get to that.
Anyway, can I just make this happen?
Well, again, there's all that you really see in front of you is this large crumbled, aluminum building that used to be made like was a part of a storage facility.
Okay.
So you'll have to do a little digging to get to it, but it's definitely in there somewhere. You can sense it, clear as day.
We're gonna have to dig, but I know it's there. Ambrose, will you help me?
Let's get to work.
The two of them, like lightning, get up there and kind of both rub their hands together and roll up their sleeves a little bit. And considering Gina's beautiful dress that she's wearing for the occasion, hikes up the skirts a little bit. She's wearing her work boots underneath, which you all expected.
Hashtag Pierce buff option 2 might be 7 league boots. Just increase the amount of distance you walk with each step. It's a little bit like the tesseract from A Wrinkle in Time, just fold space up and walk along the wrinkles.
Yes, he is a very smart person, but a very, very bad wizard. So,
Thank
folding
you.
space might not be the way he does it. However, thank you very much for the buff. We all appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark.
And as everyone in chat knows, anytime James' character gets any kind of buff, I am also allowed to use it 15% better.
Is that really a thing?
Not really
That's
a
a
thing.
thing.
No,
Oh,
totally just made that up, but it'll be a thing.
It actually is a thing. Don't let him lie to you.
all right.
So, both of them roll up their sleeves, hike up their skirts, his tunic in this case, and put their hands on this building and start basically just clearing debris. He kind of is able to lift these metal pieces that are very, very big just by touching them, and she just kind of clears them away by pointing at them and wishing them away like it's a magic wand. Yes.
Are there any muscles rippling in a way that I might find entertaining?
Ambrose is in excellent physical condition.
Excellent.
To say that he has a six-pack is doing a disservice to six-packs, especially in the Midwest area. He looks like he chops wood, a lot.
Well, I'm sitting on a tuft of some kind of hummock or something, and I'm just going to watch.
Good. It grows a little bit for some reason.
Just gonna watch.
Very magic. So yeah, before too long, you both worked up a decent sheen of sweat, and standing in the crater of where this rubbled building used to be is a very rusty, what looks like a converted school bus that just says "Love Bus" on the side of it in faded but very, very garish spray paint.
Ah, how appropriate.
Ambrose, you've done a wonderful job.
I concur.
Oh, I guess I should put my shirt back on.
It's okay. You can leave it off.
Ugh.
You two, not married yet. Okay.
Gotta make this walk.
Let me see. Okay, Gina, can I get another mechanic roll from you and one from Ambrose as well?
Ooh, I beat that one by 6.
Great. Using the debris in the general area, you shape the parts needed to repair the bus into working order and converting its engine to an electrical alternative.
Awesome.
P.S. Electricity works again now.
So it's green. It's a green bus.
No, it is garishly spray painted, tie-dyed, and it says "Love Bus" in big bubble letters, probably Comic Sans.
No, I meant environmentally friendly. It's not a fossil fuel
It is very
bus.
green. No fossil fuels are used in anything that has been redone, especially by Gina, because she is quite environmentally conscious as somebody who can control and shape metal with their mind.
Sure.
I don't know why.
It's sweet. This is a project that we get to do together that I didn't know we'd have this time.
We've always done really great work together, Mom.
You're so good with cars.
Can I get everybody to make body rolls?
Freaking love it.
You got it.
Or reflex rolls, athletics, I'll take anything of the sort. Ambrose doesn't have to make one, and neither does Gina.
beat athletics by 4.
Okay.
I failed by 1.
What is your dodge bonus?
My dodge bonus for the Wayfarer is a +2.
Excellent. Okay. This works out just fine for everybody. Gina begins to put the finishing touches on the bus to make sure that it is able to, move, pulling little pieces from everywhere. Debris is basically flying at the bus from every direction conceivable at a very high rate of speed. So it's mostly you're having to dodge and weave a little bit to not get hit by a rogue radiator or something.
Gotcha.
But before too long, it is over. She casually moves the bus up to the road area. And who's driving?
The only person who could drive the bus is Gina, as the other 2 must walk, and I have no knowledge of using this device.
That'll be a correction on that. Wayfarer, Rosie can drive just fine, and you're still some of her.
Indeed, Rosie can drive just fine. I just feel it might be helpful in this moment if the, as much as I love her, slightly overbearing mother let the 2 lovers have some time.
So what are you going to do?
We can take shifts. She'll do like the first little bit and I'll do the next.
I guess
Right,
I'll
but what are you going to do?
driving shift.
I will sit near the front and guide the way.
Groovy. So, Gina, you get behind the wheel of the bus. You have not driven a bus before.
So I know this one personally.
Yeah, you've got a pretty good idea on how a clutch works, and since it's not exactly really a manual transmission anymore, it's not that much work to get it moving. But the 2 of you, my little love birds, are going to have to start making athletics rolls. What are your athletics scores, respectively?
16.
14.
Neither of you have to make any athletics rolls. You are excellent at keeping your balance in a moving vehicle. But you do have to figure out a way to move up and down the aisles without really ever stopping. It doesn't take a lot of thought. Basically, you both have to start at opposite ends of the bus and work your way towards each other, so you can't walk 2 abreast in this very, very small school bus aisleway.
But there are plenty of opportunities for a little embrace as we pass.
So yes, I'm sure you touch tips or whatever as you go past each other.
I have more than just hips.
I said tips.
Dirty.
Recognize. I've been locked in my house for like 7 months. What do you expect? The bus begins moving. Isn't that nice? Can I get notice rolls from everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
Beat it by 5.
Beat it by 3.
All right. There is a rumbling in the distance.
Is it a known rumbling?
Ambrose recognizes it as motorcycles.
Motorcycles?
Keep walking.
Motorcycles.
Gas-driven motorcycles.
Are those
That is
uncommon?
not good. That is not good.
What?
The journeymen are known to ride such motorcycles.
Oh, okay. The fanatics of the blacksmith.
Right. Who hate all Fae, regardless of pact. And
Right.
are known just to kill people they think might be Fae, or Fae in origin, or have Fae magic. And God forbid you put a lawn gnome on your front yard because that makes you a heretic.
Could we very
my.
quickly paint the bus that says not Fae?
Within 30 seconds, it becomes very clear that you are in the middle of a chase.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
They were waiting for us.
I channel Sandra Bullock. And
So you drop below 50 and the whole adventure blows up.
Gina, as someone who can work metal, the exact thing that their motorcycles are made out of, maybe we should switch who's at the wheel.
okay, I like that idea. I concentrate better if I'm not driving.
Indeed.
Switch the wheel. Switch the
Like,
driver.
we're gonna be like so good about it. Like you're gonna rev up like really fast. Like if we're going with our standard bullet 50 thing, right? You're gonna get really really fast, and then you're gonna jump out. I'm gonna jump in. And it'll be no problem.
Yes.
Never under 50.
I had it. I had a sweater and I tied it around my waist. Well, just for a visual here.
I would like to open the emergency exit in the back of the bus.
Oh, well, all
Okay.
right then.
And I am walking in place at this time.
Not something you can do technically.
Yeah, you gotta keep
Just
circling.
keep walking.
All right,
Make it-
back a step, forward a step.
Unfortunately, yeah, you've got to keep moving. So you could stop long enough to do something, but you have to keep moving in the direction you were moving, even if that direction is in a circle. So walking in place or walking backwards, walking in place is not good, but walking backwards is fine.
Backwards and then forwards, so I can keep the same location in the rear of the bus.
Is there anything that I should be doing other than walking, darling family of mine?
Well, after another 30 seconds, it becomes clear there's about 12 of these crazy motorcycle dudes on your tail.
Oh shit.
All of them seem to have like iron lances,
Oh.
Lovely.
so they can poke at Faye, but they also have Uzis. So, America.
Okay.
Here they come.
Yes, indeed they are. Here come the 12. I'm going to ask everyone now to go ahead and roll initiative.
All right.
Oh god, it's so bad. I always roll so bad.
16 for me, Christian.
Hold on, give me just a second so I can do this the right way. Okay, go ahead, Rosie.
16.
16. Ambrose.
24.
Nice, fast guy. Whisper.
6 or 12.
12.
And that's with a +6 initiative, guys. That's with a +6.
I only had a +2. I just rolled 2 11s on my 12-sided dice.
Wow.
Good job, honey.
He's young and eager.
And Gina.
15. I rolled a 15.
There we go. I'm going to give these guys all the same initiative. Oh my goodness. All right. They got a 20. So Ambrose goes first.
I will draw forth the guardian spear that was a gift to me, my blessing from the Summer King. And,
Could you say that one more time for me?
I will draw forth the guardian spear, which was one of my blessings from the Summer King, in addition to the great arts of combat that he imbued upon me with my christening. One of my 4 blessings. And I will use said guardian spear to destroy one of these motorcycles. Intentionally aiming for the motorcycle, not the rider, as though they are enemies of the court, I do not wish to spill blood.
All right. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
I am going to beat that by 10.
By 10. That is when you're still walking while you do it. So you technically only beat it by 8.
Correct.
So it's not quite a critical.
No, it is not.
But how much damage does that do?
The guardian spear deals 50 damage and is enchanted and returns after it is thrown.
Excellent. You're aiming for a motorcycle, you said?
Yes, one of the motorcycles, the front tire.
Right, yeah. That sucker, you throw that spear and it jams right in the spoke, hits the axle, bike flies apart and flips over, sending the rider slightly in front of the bus that your mother is driving.
Please don't run over him.
Oh, I'm driving now.
Hmm?
I'm driving now.
Oh, sorry. That Wayfarer is driving. I apologize. I forgot that you'd switch seats.
No worries.
That makes it up to bad guys. The bad guys are going, 2 of them are going to move up to the front. 2 of them are going to move to the side. Everybody else is still behind. The ones on the front and the side, 4 of them in total are going to be shooting bullets into the side of the bus in an attempt to, kill you with bullets.
Yeah.
They're upset about the Fae stuff happening here.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, so they are going to take shots. They are proficient, but they are also driving motorcycles. So I doubt they get to practice shooting fully automatic weapons one-handed off of motorcycles on the regular, so I'm not going to give them a huge bonus to this.
That seems fair.
What are your dodge bonuses?
6. I have a +2.
2.
+6. Or Aquamarine does. I'm more Gina right now. And she
Okay, only 2 of them even have a chance of hitting because they didn't roll super good. And they decide to hit Wayfarer. They don't decide to, they're spraying randomly. And the other one may or may not hit Gina. What did you say your dodge bonuses were?
Aquamarine dodge bonus is +6.
Is +6. Okay, you dodge a bullet, Aquamarine, as it comes flying at you. You have this kind of slow motion moment where you're like,
Can I use whoever's is higher?
hmm?
Can I use whoever's dodge bonus is higher if I'm not on the far end of the spectrum?
Sure.
Great, then my dodge is 6.
Okay, he still hit you.
That's
but
fine.
they are bullets, and you are the Wayfarer. They're not cold iron, so you soak up all that damage. No problem.
Love it.
So there you go. That brings us to Rosie, the Wayfarer.
Excellent. Now that I see how many that we are up against, I would like to cast 2 spells, maybe 3 if you'll let me. We'll see how it goes. The first spell, I would like to use a moment of clarity. And what I would like to do is use my magic to give the bus the Wayfarer's destination. Basically, that the bus can get us there without being driven.
Okay.
It knows the route, and that way I can get off the wheel and help everyone else. That's the first spell I'd like to cast using that clarity.
Okay, you can only make 1 roll with the clarity.
I understand.
You don't get the clarity for the whole round, just the 1 roll.
Yes. No, I'm using it for this one because it's the most important to me.
And explain what you're trying to do again.
So I'm basically giving the bus the GPS route to where we have to go, so that I could take my hands off the wheel and the bus will still go.
And what kind of magic are you using for this?
Using my sorcery from Rosie.
All right. And you're not using a haiku, is that correct?
Correct. I'm not going to use a haiku this time. I'm just going to use my sorcery. My sorcery is pretty high.
Yeah. I'm sure that it'll be fine.
Oh God, that was, yeah, that's great. I used my moment of clarity. I beat my sorcery by 5.
Okay. The bus will stay on course.
Excellent.
It will not drive defensively.
No, I mean, someone could obviously take the wheel. I just
But
just
you don't want to. Got it.
Well,
So, and for the record, you only beat your sorcery by 3 because you are doing at least 2 actions. And are you doing 2 or 3?
just gonna do 2.
Okay. And then you beat it by 3.
All right, and then I just, want to put a force field around the bus while we figure out our game plan.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Oh, I can't use the moment of clarity.
No, you got to use the bigger dice this time.
Yep.
Sorry.
No worries. I just reminded myself. That time I also beat it by 5.
3?
3, correct. Sorry.
Yeah. There's a force field around the bus.
Great.
When you beat by 3, you'll have 30 points.
Cool.
That's
Thank you.
about 2 hits from a submachine gun.
Hey, I'll better than
Take
nothing.
it. Yeah.
All right. And that brings us down to Gina.
So you said there are 2 sets of motorcycles on either side shooting.
Yeah, you've got 4 on either side of the bike, or either side of the 2 bikes in the front, 2 bikes on the side, 2 bikes behind, and then 6 more bikes behind them.
Okay. Well, and just the ones that are on the side and the front are shooting at us, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd like to use my metal skills to stop. Like how many Okay, I have 2 attacks. I'd like to stop the motorcycles without risking them flying like into our force field to like damage it. So I'd like to like just literally stop their motorcycles from.
Okay. How many motorcycles are you trying to stop?
Well, I'll concentrate on a set of 2 that are next to each other. The ones that are sitting directly in the front of our love bus.
So 1 attack for each?
Yes.
Okay, give me 2 of those rolls for that particular ability.
And is it my metallurgy
Yeah.
roll? Okay. Okay, I rolled a 4, so I beat that one by 12.
Okie
Dang.
doke.
I rolled a 2, so I beat that one by 14.
All right. Since you were aiming for 2 and you beat both of them by more than 10, I'm going to let you pick 2 more targets.
The other 2 on the other side.
All right. So you give her the wheel. Now you don't have the wheel anymore because you're doing something else, kind of holding out your force field. She does the same thing. She puts her hands out like she's putting up a force field, and then she claps her hands together, and all 4 of the bikes that are on either side of the just kind of fly up in the air and smash into each other, and there's a giant explosion.
I'm going to
And now you're
slightly.
driving through debris.
But we have a force field.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's falling right off the force field. Don't even
Yeah.
worry about it in your self-driving love bus.
Yeah, I was hoping to.
Monsters.
I was hoping by like stopping the motorcycles to not have them, but I guess if they smash into each other, that's the thing.
They stop, but they fly into the air. It just there's nothing. They're going, and then they're suddenly not going, so they just. It's bad.
So there's still 2 in the front, and there's like 6 in the back.
Now, basically, the 2 in the front and the 2 on the sides are gone. Now there's just the 2 like directly on the back, and then the 6 behind them.
Okay.
And that brings us to, of course, Whisper.
Okay. So, first off, I have a Jenica buff. Thank you, chat. And my Jenica buff, is it not loud enough? Do you want me to just talk?
If you don't mind.
I don't mind. Okay. It was going to be killer for my voice tomorrow anyway. All right. So pretend I'm whispering, guys. Okay.
I am. I'm
Use
totally doing it.
Use your imaginations.
What?
All right. So Jenica's a Jenica buff. Thank you, chat. And I would like to decrease all the motorcycle dudes by 5. Like it's 5 harder for them to do things this round because of my Jenica buff. Thank you, chat.
Nice.
All of them.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. So that is thing 1 is happening. Thing 2, I have noticed on my sheet that I have shooting, but I have not noticed that I have a weapon.
That is true.
That shoots. Okay, so that's not a thing. All right.
Well, I mean,
what are you trying to tell me with your eyes?
if you get a weapon, you can shoot it.
Oh well, sure. Okay, I just don't have one yet. That's fine. Okay, I will try to talk my mother-in-law into making one for me at some point when we're not in an attacking situation. My Fae blade, does it do like Ambrose's spear thing where I throw it and it comes back?
No, it's mostly a stabby thing, but you can throw it, and if you want to take an extra action to have it come back to you, I'll allow it.
Well, it does say hand to hand or thrown, so that's why I asked.
Yeah, if you want to take an extra action to make it fly back to you, I'll let you do that, but it'll just add an action to your action count.
Okay. Aside the bus as we're going, right? There's lots of deadfall, I'm assuming. There's some trees that are not quite stable.
Oh yeah, plenty. I mean, you're in the middle of Ohio.
Right.
The trees are sparse, but they're there.
Okay. I would like. I might have to draw a picture, but so picture the bus is going like this. Okay, and so this is the back of the bus over here. And what I want to do is throw my Fae blade, and because I get a first strike 40 damage to the first attack, I want to attack a deadfall tree that's already close to falling as we pass it, and I want it to fall in the middle of the road.
Very nice.
You want to fell a tree with a knife? Is that what I heard?
But it's a dying tree that is already ready to fall,
And it's a really big knife.
and it's a really big knife that I get plus 40 damage to the first attack, and it's 30 damage. So I'm 70 damaging attacking the tree that's already ready to fall.
Make the attack. I've never seen anybody cut down a tree with a knife before. I want to picture it. A thrown knife at that.
Yeah. I got an 11, and my fighting skill is a 16, so I beat it
Yeah.
by 5.
Well, yeah, that's right. 16 minus 5 is 11. Okay. You throw your knife at the tree. It sticks in the tree. Then it does 75 damage to the tree. The tree splits down the middle, and half of it falls into the road.
And then it comes back to me because that's my second action because I have I have 2 attacks.
Right.
So it comes back.
All right. Yeah. You also have your magical knife back that you just cut down a tree with on the move at like 50 miles an hour.
That was amazing.
See, you're marrying well.
Wow.
Yeah. Experience, you can like learn things from experience, and I could teach you things that may
There you go.
or may not have to do with knives.
She's
We are-
you, Ambrose, for the lady boner you gave her earlier. Okay.
Wow. Anyway,
Oh my.
Oh, you're what?
He's just so proper. I'll fix it.
please.
He was raised correctly, thank you very much.
Right.
Are you saying I wasn't?
Or are you saying I wasn't? Because I'm not a character in this story, and that's just me.
I was clearly referring to the reference on Ambrose's upbringing, which I had a very heavy hand in.
Yes. Thank you.
Ah, the whimsical Fae. Two of the motorcycles just do not make it and run into the tree. The other 4 manage to drive around it as though it were a tree in the middle of the road. Bringing us back to the top of the round. That's Ambrose at a 24.
Well, seeing as my wife-to-be just taught me something, I am going to take one of the lessons she just taught me. In this case, I'm going to use that great spear I have to dislodge one of these bench seats that's towards the back of the bus and launch it out in the road with a well-placed kick at one of these riders.
All right, make it happen, my dude. Give me an athletics test.
I'm going to beat that with the multi-action penalty by 7.
Okay, how much damage does your spear do? Because you're using it to wedge out, right?
50.
All right,
Yes.
so that'll give you basically a +5 on that. So you beat it by
12.
12
Yeah.
in that case. And then I will kick it towards the riders. Hope to take at least 1 or 2 out with the flying bench seat.
and another athletics test.
With the multi-action penalty, I am going to beat that by 4, but I want to use my +6 supporter bonus to make that a critical success and beat it by 10.
Nice.
All right. It's the same kind of roll as it was to dodge the tree, but it's going to be a little tougher for them this time because of the critical success.
And
Oh,
the fact they just had to dodge a tree. Now they're dodging twice. And they get a -5 penalty, right? Because
Yes, they get -5 to everything for this whole round. They are in a bad, bad, bad way because of what you did to them.
They're mean.
And 2 more riders are dead. You basically, like, it went out the door and it looked like it was going right toward them, but gravity took over and it hit the road and then just like flipped at super speed and clotheslined 2 dudes right off their motorcycles. The bottom half of one of them is still riding.
Oh,
While we're doing our walk back and forth because we have to keep moving, I am going to high five my bride to be.
Oh,
You meet in the middle of the carriage of the bus and give each other a little high five. I guess it counts as your first kiss for all intents and purposes. It's very cute and romantic in the middle of this horrible chase scene that these fanatical cultists are following you in, trying to murder you on the way to your wedding. Young love.
oh.
Moving down to all of the bad guys, even with reinforcements on the way, there's only like 2 of these guys up anymore. And they seem dead set on killing you. However, they are very wobbly on their bikes and fall very far behind. They shoot anyway. Does anybody have a dodge bonus of 0 or less?
No.
Not at this time.
I'm not even going to roll to see who that doesn't hit then.
Does it then take down the force field?
No, they don't even hit the force field.
Oh, great.
They are very bad at shooting right now. They forego any other actions they may have because they realize that they are heftily cursed. They do, however, continue pursuit, although a bit further behind than they were. Bringing us to what's Wayfarer, right?
Correct.
Wayfarer.
Well, since we seem to have a handle on the current situation, we know there will be more. I will go back and take the wheel so that I can maybe help us get there a little bit better, and then hopefully defensively drive.
All right. You want to make a driving check for me real quick?
Absolutely. I am more so on the Wayfarer side, though. So I'll have to do. Oh
It
God.
doesn't matter. You just need to not critically fail. It's a basic drive check.
Okay, great. The Wayfarer doesn't have driving, only Rosie does.
Right. Just use Rosie's score.
Okay, no problem. There's Rosie. Just a double check there. Oh, you know what? Rosie doesn't have driving either.
It's the same as her riding skill.
Excellent. I beat that by 10.
So you get up to the wheel and step on the gas. That's all you had to do, really. Just like go faster. They're kind of lagging behind and riding all crappy.
Just
And you
increase the distance.
You just increase that distance. And you do it quite successfully.
Thank you.
Next up, Gina.
So all that's left are the guys behind us.
Yep. And you know, it won't be long before they catch up. Motorcycles are much faster.
Okay. I just would like to do something similar, but maybe this time I manipulate the metal to make them each break, so that they break slowly and they don't go flying off
All right.
very slowly.
Normally, this is an easy task for you to do something like that. In the middle of adrenaline-fueled combat, it's going to be a little bit tougher, so I'm going to need you to make a couple more rolls.
Okay. I'm ready.
I'm ready, too.
Okay, I beat the first one by 4.
Excellent.
Oh, I rolled a 1. Just there
Nice.
on that one.
You beat it by 1?
I beat it by 15 because I
Hmm.
rolled a 1.
Right, but you roll 2 dice, so you can't roll less than a 1. Or less
The
than a
first
2.
one I beat by 4. I rolled twice.
I think I got you. All right, well, either way, those are both going to be successful. Due to the strenuous of combat, though, the brake pads basically squeeze the wheels right off the axles. And although they don't like flip over and die this time, they do laid their bikes down because those front axles just hit that road, and you see sparks shoot up, and then you see people stop riding, and one guy roll somewhere off the road.
Okay.
Nice.
But you have successfully evaded this group of journeymen. Congratulations, you are on your way to beautiful Colby, Ohio.
Colby.
Colby.
Excellent.
At that moment, road music starts playing, probably something from Supernatural, and we go to a break. So we're going to be back in just a couple of minutes, everybody, to continue on with the end of this exciting adventure here in the ramshackle kingdoms of Youngstown, Ohio. We'll see you all in just a few minutes back here on Masters of the Metaverse.
Everybody outside, you can see that the chest lid has started to slowly inch down toward Tag's back. The metal band around its lid peels back to reveal a row of sharp teeth, and saliva drips down the mouth of the mimic onto Tag's neck.
Whips up his wet pants, puts them like a bridle in its mouth, and then 1 foot on the back of it, sort of trying to leash it.
You go down there and broker the truce, and if it doesn't work, I'll use the lightning rods on the top of this tower to fry all of you.
Oh.
If you could give me just like, I don't know, 1 pearl of wisdom from the years that you spent as me, just 1 little nugget, what would you tell me?
The worst vice is advice.
I did it! Rex, that was amazing! That totally worked! I always thought that was BS when you guys could talk to each other in your head. But that totally worked! Tag, you kept me from dying. I feel like there's nothing that can happen to me that I can't rely on you or Rex or Sam or Puck to help me get through it. We'll get.
It's raining outside.
I don't see sunny or rainy. They're all just days to me.
Okay, but clearly it's raining.
Is it? I mean, yes, obviously it is, but just to play devil's advocate for a moment, is it really?
Yes, it is. Look outside.
So you want it to be sunny all the time? Is that what you want? You want constant sunshine. Have you ever heard of a drought?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that it's raining.
Look, don't be such a hater. All days matter.
Dude, just look outside.
You know, my cousin was caught in a snowstorm last year. Where was the outrage then?
I'm just pointing out.
It rains so much more in India. You have to deal with so much less weather in this part of the world. But I don't know why you're complaining. True, it was raining, but it's completely stopped now. Ancient history. Get over yourself. I studied meteorology in high school, and the term is actually precipitation. The climate changes are clearly part of a natural cycle that has nothing to do with us. So rain should be underrepresented. Maybe rain just writes better science fiction. This kind of negativity just propagates the conservative agenda. People who wear raincoats anyway, right? F you. You ignorant d. Did you back and your or were you just that way? I hope you get rained on. That'll teach you a lesson. To push this dry-hating cumulonimbus bull.
I think we've had a little misunderstanding. Maybe we should go outside, take a walk. You can get some fresh air.
In the rain?
We get the final insert here and
All right.
break for second meal.
All right. Warm pocket cheese. I'm in. All right.
So are you familiar with how to fondle
Nick?
Yes.
Nick, I'm gonna shoot Christian's face. Shooting Christian's face.
Oh, come on.
No, you're gone.
All right. So apparently
We're
this
gonna
is
make a
just
movie.
like handling a nipple.
Okay.
So
perfect.
more pinch
asms
release
hard.
than isn't. I'm going to pinch the
Okay,
nipple.
I'll pull focus now.
Work.
I need the back of your head, sir, and the front of yours.
It works at night.
Do you know? No, it's usually Ben that does
Okay, okay, the sound of silence, because he's off camera and not talking, and Armageddon on that. Come on.
Still a double.
Whatever. Yes, I can do this.
Thanks.
No, you have to help.
Oh, what do I need
Just
to
take
do?
this here, and then
We'll
we're.
start on Leo's face before we go down. Get out.
Wow. Really? Huh. We gonna make a movie?
How does this work?
I don't know.
This is awesome.
I'm usually over there.
Okay. What happens if I twist this?
Hey, wanna tune my mandolin?
Oh, come
on! Come on!
What's wrong with you?
It's his words.
Sure.
What? What are you doing here?
Red card.
That is too big.
Ben's mom. Come on.
What?
Ben's mom is off limits.
What I've heard.
Oh, get out. Out. Hey. What? Oh, really? Wait. Why am I even in here? You're filling in for Andy. Okay. I don't even have to go. I just. Wait. Here you go. Are you serious? Seriously?
Welcome back to Masters of the Metaverse. I think not 100% sure. Yeah, we're definitely back. Okay, that's good news. Sorry, I'm not able to hear Leo in the studio right now. So we did a finger count, and hopefully with the delay, everything worked out fine. When we last left our intrepid pilots, well, they had just fended off a group of horrible anti-Fae religious zealots in a high-speed, relatively bus/motorcycle chase that took you across the Ohio countryside, and you defeated your foes quite soundly. Congratulations, heroes. Now all you have to do is get to this wedding and also save the blacksmith somehow. Got a few minutes before you arrive in Colby, so you're free to talk about it, talk it out, ask questions to each other and to me, and I'll see if we can get us there in a reasonable amount of time before you arrive at the ways in Colby, Ohio.
I would like just 2 meta points and move myself
just for funsies.
Oh.
I'm going to go ahead and system shock you all again.
Oh, goody.
Because now that we're in part 2, I just think that would be fun for me.
Okay.
And who knows where we'll end up.
You do what's fun for you.
Then don't use those meta points because I'm getting system shocked.
Yeah, so don't use the meta points until after you've been system shocked. Otherwise, it'll be,
more shocking.
So, Maggie Rosie Wayfarer.
Correct.
Where are you currently?
I'm 1 away from Avatar.
1 away from Avatar. Now you're 1 away from Pilot.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
See, James Ambrose Pierce. Where are you?
I am full Avatar.
Full Avatar. You are full Pilot. Jenica. Where are you?
I'm full Avatar.
Full Avatar. You are now 1 away from Avatar.
Okay.
Vanessa Aquamarine Gina. Where are you?
1 away from Avatar.
1 away from Avatar. You are right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Thank you.
So now that we've done that.
Good. No more heroics.
I have a feeling that your heroics are not done.
Yeah. They're done.
Unless they're needed.
We just have to convince him of other reasons besides heroics to do things that need to be done. He is selfish and self-motivated. That is an easy thing to do.
Spoken like a true psychologist.
All right. So.
I am just acutely aware of the risks, and I cannot take them unless, well, they're absolutely necessary for survival.
You must lead a very boring life, and this is the most exciting thing you've ever done.
Oh, not even close.
Well, the most important thing that we should discuss now is how in the hell are we going to save the blacksmith? I do not think it will be as simple as removing a cloak. This seems to be something more internalized. I mean, Jack is no longer there.
So somebody's doing this to the blacksmith would be my guess if he's coming apart in Zenda and our metaverse. From what I read on the action reports from your previous visit there, something happened at the towards the end of it all, and Thomas had crash yank Zenda's body out of his pod, and somehow that dragged Jack out. Also,
correct.
So, what are the rules of the blacksmith? How does it work?
Might I interject? We haven't even seen him yet. We don't know where he is.
And maybe we don't need to see him to save him. I mean, he's obviously not doing this to himself.
Okay.
Right?
To both points, someone who wants to end the Fae in general, and I'm sure is not happy to hear of years of peace. Just because we haven't seen him yet, I don't think we can rule out not seeing him at the wedding or crashing the wedding in some way. This is not a secret wedding by any means.
I'm pretty sure he can't come to the Feywild. I think that's off limits for him.
Oh.
I think he's stuck here.
Oh.
But I do think someone's doing this to him. He's not doing this to himself. And so if we're going to save him, we need to figure out that part.
I guess what confuses me is my understanding was that when Crash ripped Zenda's body out, Jack was ripped along with him. So then what is the outlying force you are saying is doing this to the blacksmith? Do you just mean the power of the blacksmith itself? Whatever that
No,
being
something's
or-
undoing him. Otherwise, it wouldn't be undoing the Zenda himself. I mean, that's
I
just
will take
some
Fey knowledge
logic.
checks from anybody who has them.
You got
Fey
it.
knowledge, different dice.
Ooh, and I'm
So
a plus
I guess
two.
my question would be, who would want to undo the blacksmith here?
Right.
And I think that's got some pretty easy answers to it.
I beat my Fey knowledge by 3.
I beat mine by 6.
I have no
Okay. So, as far as motive goes, it's safe to say that a group of the Fae would definitely want to destroy the blacksmith.
Because the blacksmith's trying to kill the Fae.
Right. The danger. When the power of the blacksmith was given to the mortal who initially took on the mantle, there was a bargain made about a mortal soul. The blacksmith was free to walk the earth and act as kind of a barrier between the Fae and the humans, as long as he was tethered to a mortal soul.
And he is no longer tethered.
He doesn't have one.
Right.
So the bargain's broken.
So the Fae are free to act in ways that they have not been able to act in the past, including the unmaking ritual.
Mm.
The unmaking ritual.
Mm-hmm.
It's a complicated and difficult thing, but it's a way to unmake even the most powerful of Fae creations. The blacksmith being primary among them. That is probably one of the. Ooh.
For #clarity's sake, Jack said the blacksmith needed a human soul to eat right for whatever reason.
Thank you.
Spent a bit thing's mouth, for want of a better word, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. Thank you, yeah.
So he's being.
Go ahead.
He's being unmade, unraveled. That's what's happening.
Which, if they have that source of power and are willing to do that action, I would also guess that they are the people who made our day go by so quickly.
That would definitely make sense. No blacksmith, no peace. That's right back to the war. Except, nothing to stop him this time.
Right, which, I mean, we can only speculate, but we do know the Unseelie are not necessarily thrilled by this marriage, despite having agreed to it. And we also know that the Wild Hunt, if it's still there in some form, right?
If it gets called.
I mean, the leader was killed, but that doesn't mean that those creatures are gone.
And it's well known that the blacksmith took over the Wild Hunt. He's never called it, but he took it over.
I see. I'm so sorry. With him not being able to go to the Fae world, I got confused. I apologize.
The Wild Hunt came here, so he's had it
Right.
since then.
Right, and they just haven't gone back. I see.
So somebody wants to unmake the blacksmith. It looks like it's Unseelie work to me. I guess your Winter Court is involved in all this.
With the words Winter Court, your memory is sparked even further by another knowledge roll. Maggie, you can go ahead and make a sorcery roll since your magic is based on Feywild.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you.
I beat mine by 6 again.
I succeed by 2. I have knowledge all subjects.
Excellent. I succeed by 10.
All right. Okay, give me just a moment.
You got it.
That should give you the remaining information that you don't have.
I like information.
I need so much more information.
So the Winter Court could do it. But without the help of the Summer Court, they would need the help of another faction.
How many factions are there?
In the Feywild, just the two, really.
Hmm.
I mean, 4, technically. There's the Seelie and Unseelie sides of both the Summer and the Winter Court. However, with the courts being in agreement, they've got to... Certain things have to accomplish. Like, it's a big ritual. It's not an easy thing to do. It can only happen at certain times, on certain moons, in certain sacred situations.
Like a wedding?
For example.
So who else or what other faction benefits from the blacksmith's demise?
Well, that's a great question. I mean,
yeah.
Off the top of your head, you're not really sure.
Yeah.
It would certainly be like the fact that the journeymen know where you are is certainly kind of a red flag.
Why are they on it? I mean, clearly they wouldn't work with the Winter Court because they
hate Fae.
Right.
But what if they were working with somebody else who was working with the Winter Court?
Humans?
I don't know.
Unfortunately, you didn't question any of the survivors.
Did this might be way out of left field, but one of the things we've come across, correct me if I'm wrong, is that there are things changing worlds we have been to before, correct?
Yeah, there's this weird-looking guy. Looks a lot like Zenda, going to these places and changing things.
Right. Despite that, we are creatures who come to different worlds with vastly superior powers than the world necessarily has. Is there a chance there's another metapilot behind this in some way?
That's what I was referring to. This guy that's changing.
Yeah.
Metaverse he's a metapilot. He could very well be doing this too.
I mean, the magic of Hex Destiny is almost unlimited. She has excellent power. While I hold some of it, I am not herself, but I have no doubt that Hex Destiny herself, with the power of an entire Fae court, could pull something like this off.
Interesting.
Right? So the idea.
Who are you asking?
I'm just talking to my team.
Okay.
I feel like we shouldn't rule out a different metapilot or person of that caliber.
It seems to me there's a really easy solution to all of this if we can find a way to do
actually, it is very simple. Maggie, since you've missed a few episodes, you are indeed facing another metapilot.
Right. I figured. I just didn't want to make a statement and be wrong. That's why.
It seems like there's a fairly easy solution to all this. You can't undo him if he's bound to a soul. So we just need to find some sucker and bind his soul to the blacksmith, and we're good.
Well, you don't like being a hero, Pierce. How do you feel about being the villain?
Small obstacle. If they stop the wedding from happening, they basically did half the ritual right there.
So we have to make it to the wedding and find ourselves a sucker.
Correct.
After the wedding.
Right, because he won't be at the wedding because he can't cross over.
So wedding first, then sucker.
Yeah, some combination thereof, yeah.
I don't like the idea of finding someone unless they volunteer.
Yeah, I can see that there's just a plethora of volunteers around us willing to give up their soul to a hungry entity.
Right.
Right.
All right.
Just
so, as you're, having this kind of dark conversation about the possibilities of the next few hours.
Yeah.
You see a sign ahead that says, "Welcome to Colby."
Well, we better start thinking fast. We're here.
As you drive into the outskirts of the once blooming town, there's an inordinate amount of smoke in the outskirts. As though there was a large fire.
That's no good.
Does it smell like normal human fire, or does it have a magical smell
Come
to
to
it?
think of it, it does smell a little like humans.
Wait, it smells like humans that are on fire?
Like a human
Yes.
fire, yes.
That's
It's
disturbing.
the unmistakable smell of once burning flesh. It's gross, but kind of barbecue.
Well, I assume we should check that out.
As you drive further into the town, you see that there is indeed quite a bit of rubble. It looks like that there are people still here, but they have fallen back into the inner city. The what used to be the stronghold that used to be the entirety of Colby back when the war was still going strong. If you were to look over the walls that are there, you'd probably see Gina's dad's old shop. But outside, there's a whole bunch of burning bodies and stuff.
And people?
Not that you can see, no.
Oh, no one alive.
Not that you can see. But there's not a lot of burning bodies. There's just some. Like one of the corner stores is completely torched, and there's a burned corpse outside of it. There's like two more in the streets. One looked like it was like running across the street when it finally fell over and just decided to turn into cinders. Something happened here. The motorcycle tracks are a dead giveaway that it was most likely your old friends from about 20 minutes ago.
Is the wedding venue still open or up?
The wedding venue is in the Feywild. You have to go past the Waygate in order to get there.
Is the Waygate still open, running, still stacked on rocks?
You have
or
to
whatever?
drive you kind of have to, like, right when you get to the front gates, you kind of have to take a left and go on this frontage road that leads slightly out of town, and that's where the Waygate is. That's where you've always come in and out.
Okay. So we should investigate.
Wayfarer knows right where it is.
We should investigate the burning first before we go to the Feywild.
Up to you.
You know, I
Time
am
is of the essence.
I am torn on that because as much as I want to find out the burning, stopping the marriage is half of the ritual. It plays in our favor if we get them married as soon as possible.
Yes.
Yes.
So I feel like we get them married and then knowing that they cannot, well, not that they cannot win, but that they are weakened slightly or an advantage is gone. We hold an advantage.
And the war that we would stop. Whoa.
Hashtag cool rule friends all tried to warn me, but I held my head up high all the time. They warned me, but I only passed them by. They all tried to tell me, but I guess I didn't care. I turned my back and left them standing there.
Oh, awesome.
Lovely. Got a cool
Thank you.
pool coming
Thank
up.
you very much.
All right. As you draw closer to the Waygate, there is a cold feeling that comes over you as a group.
Ooh. Like,
Anybody feel that?
chilly?
Who's driving currently?
The Wayfarer is still driving.
Wayfarer is still driving. Got the bus, Wayfarer.
Indeed.
It feels a little cold.
It feels a little cold. A
Like-
not uncommon chill that you've felt many, many times. It usually signifies the
Uncity
entrance
court?
of a high court. Just like it always gets a little warmer when you show up and more spring-like. It's a similar feeling to that. Can I get notice rolls from everybody?
Yeah, since I'm more rosy, I'm just gonna say shit.
I beat it by 7.
Beat it by 14.
Beat it by 2.
Notice.
All right. So, with everybody beating it, like ahead of you, even with the headlights kind of flashing out into the distance, you know that the Waygate is probably only 100, 150 feet ahead, but you can't see anything past about 50 feet. It just goes black. Like the light just fades away from all of that area.
Okay.
The bus comes to a stop
Oh.
as the power is drained from the battery.
I keep walking.
You're gonna have to start.
Keep
You're gonna have to
walking.
walk off the bus.
Yes,
and start
I'm going to walk off the
walking.
bus. I'm going to grab Ambrose and drag him with me.
And I will be walking with you.
So slow it down there.
Nope, we're not slowing down. We're walking.
Why are you hiding?
Who are you asking? Are you on the bus still?
No, I got off with them. I'm gonna walk with them. I'm throwing it out to the open because I feel like I have a guess on who might be here.
There is no answerer. No answer.
So first you do me the injustice and rudeness of not showing up, and now you will not respond. You will not stop this marriage.
She cannot. You hear from the darkness. There is a blue glow, slightly S-shaped and moving like rope in the darkness. It's not very long.
Like a snake?
Anybody else seeing that?
Yes.
Oh yes. Am I correct in my guess, Christian, on who this is?
That depends on the feeling is the same.
I will turn to my.
But the voice was not hers.
Oh.
Oh.
We should have been. This is not loud to the voice. This is just to my group, in case they are not aware. We should have been joined by the unseelie wayfarer. They did not appear. The feeling you feel now is the feeling you get when they appear. However, that voice is not their voice.
Make notice checks. Whisper and Gina.
Okay. I beat that by 8.
All right, and you get a +2 to your roll, Gina.
I don't have notice.
It's basically give me a mind roll with a +4 bonus on it.
Okay, that I can do. Okay, I beat it by 1. Then my mind roll.
That's the blacksmith.
Oh.
Oh, so I was wrong. Okay.
Oh.
The voice is the blacksmith.
Well, the voice is the blacksmith.
That's the blacksmith.
When you say the name, the darkness moves away, and you see the Fae Gate for the first time, a small ring of rocks and a little archway that has been built to signify where it is. In front of that gate is standing a large cloaked figure with a hammer in one hand. His hood is up, his face is darkened. In his other hand, a blue glowing line of energy like a whip.
Like the Balrog has?
A little bit, yeah. Blue. It looks like a whip of lightning almost. It goes out and is wrapped around the neck and attached to the collar of the wayfarer of the Winter Court.
Ugh. No, gross.
How unlike you to take one as your slave.
That's really happening. That's happening. Okay.
Put your big boy pants on, Pierce.
She can't die, right? The Wayfarer can't die from that?
Everything can be killed.
Well, I know, but I thought it had to be like iron, that cold iron thing.
That makes you that even from this distance, that lash emanates cold iron. It feels like iron, even though it doesn't look like iron. It feels like it from here.
Okay.
In that way, do I sense that is indeed cold iron? Like in my abilities to identify.
You can tell it's not metal.
Oh, it's not metal.
You can tell it's not metal.
It's magic.
It is magic.
Got it.
He doesn't move. He stands in front of the gate.
Well, what's the plan, hero folks? You guys take care of stuff like this all the time, right?
No, not quite like this. But yes.
But yes, we save worlds and things all the time. It's fine.
We have to get.
No, you have to keep walking.
He moves his wrist a little bit like cracking a whip, and A flash of lightning happens, and then he's standing even closer to you in the same position.
Holding the Wayfarer still?
Yes.
Hey, guy.
As if on a leash.
When he cracked the whip, did she like go with it?
They both just disappeared and then reappeared again right in front of you.
He used her to find out exactly where we would be.
Now he's using her to teleport around. My guy, Blacksmith, we're here to help you, buddy. Yeah. Hey,
I am here to help you.
What are you doing here?
I don't know. I knew I needed to go to your wedding, so I got a ride.
What do you mean you knew you needed to come to the wedding? Why do you need to come to the wedding? To destroy us? To destroy them?
Kindly let it know that I don't talk to it.
So why are you coming to my wedding, guy?
I wouldn't miss it for the world, son.
Wait, what?
What? Like,
well, you're full pilot right now, right?
what's that son business? I thought the kid was, hers and the Iron King fellas.
Here's your gift.
Yeah.
Beyond that gate, there is more trouble.
Okay.
They mean to see it that you do not make it to your nuptials. I can't do much beyond here. Just know it will be bad. Be prepared for a fight on the other side.
Okay, and what about you? You feel okay? Like you're not coming undone?
I haven't felt anything in a very long time.
You don't. So you use the Wayfarer to get here. You don't need her anymore, right?
I'm going to attend your wedding.
And he'll need the Wayfarer to do that. Oh, wow. You're going to come into the Feywild. That's going to go over great.
I owe you a boon, Gina. Do you wish me to not come to the wedding? Or do you wish me to let this Wayfarer go and take that one?
Well,
that would be fine.
I wouldn't. Would you? I don't feel comfortable doing that. That wouldn't be my choice. But coming with us could be good for our purposes. I feel so conflicted. I can't really tell my son right now that this is his father because he's not himself.
2 meta points. I'm going to go to the middle.
Thank you. You're in the middle.
Good call.
Thank you, chat.
And you would not be wrong to do so, Gina.
Mom, is there something you need to tell me?
I'm so sorry I didn't tell you before, but it was not something that I felt like I could tell you comfortably and safely due to the implications, but the Iron King was not your...
Your father used to wear my mantle, boy.
Tell me he's not lying, is he?
No, you would know.
No, I'm aware. He's not lying. Oh, wow.
I'm so
You've
sorry.
been...
I understand. Do you feel like your trust is broken? But please know that I did it because I love you. That's what they all say in the movie. I told you. Aquamarine would have told you. But I'm sorry, Ambrose.
I know you do, Mom. But you might forget the Winter Queen made it so I can see the truth of people's hearts. I know how you feel.
Yes.
Know this, boy. You only live now because of the 5th blessing.
There were 4.
The 5th blessing?
Was his.
I didn't show up for no reason that day. My
I am-
journeyman will try to follow you through and hunt you down. I will keep them at bay.
What is the fifth blessing?
What is the fifth blessing?
The one that his father gave him, well, the last of his father gave him. I don't know what it was. I wasn't there.
You're not that blacksmith.
I think he's trying to say that the
Jack.
person that he was is gone, consumed.
Jack gave him the blessing. Christian, I know for a fact that the Wayfarer can no longer take people through the veil. Is that something the blacksmith also knows?
The blacksmith is not a people.
Okay.
The blacksmith used to be a people. The blacksmith is no longer a people.
I see. Loophole. Okay.
And it might have something to do with that crazy lash thing he's got that he never had in the past. That might be
Yeah.
a convenient plot device to get him to get the
Yeah.
way for he wants.
So fight on the other side of the gate, but we still have a wedding to go to. So I guess we're getting ready for a fight. And will this guy in my head stop with all these probabilities? I don't care about the probability.
You need to listen to that voice. Just
Ah.
consider it for a second through all of this.
Blacksmith, are you saying that for a reason unknown to yourself, you felt that you had to be here at the wedding?
Yes, I promised I would be.
So there's hope yet, possibly.
Who did
What
he
do you know?
promise?
He promised Jack.
What do you know? Humans, elves, both.
I know that have to get married in order to keep the peace and to keep
Correct. You're
people.
missing valuable information, and I want to be able to give it to you, but I cannot offer up too much unless you ask the right questions.
What is the other part of the ritual of destroying you?
If I knew that, I'd go stop it myself.
Where did you get your weapon?
I made it.
Blue energy rope. Where did that come from?
I made it some time ago.
You made it.
Why haven't you picked a new apprentice?
I have no need for one.
Because
I am untethered. I'm free.
you do not want to be tethered.
Why would I want to be tethered? I am a force for humanity.
For humanity.
I will allow this wedding to take place, but I cannot promise that I won't kill all of you once it is done. That's what I want to do more than anything.
Then why do you want the wedding to take place at all?
I must.
So that
Why?
he could,
Because I am bound, just as you are by your word.
you just said you were free.
I will be completely free. I have been completely free. But now the time of my last oath is upon us. And so here I am,
What was your last oath?
to be at this wedding. I thought I just said that.
Well, we could just start with that step and see what happens after, but I'm glad that you are honoring your oath.
Right, but the minute the wedding is over, he could try to slaughter us all.
Try.
Well, we could.
My appearance here has nothing to do with the plan to unmake me, just so you're aware. Although I do know of it. There was a man.
There was a
human man who met with the Fae and with the journeyman
When?
Who?
months ago.
Who?
A man. I don't know. A human man.
What did he tell you?
He didn't tell me anything. I've only heard of him.
Hmm.
Oh, the meta pilot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that
I
means.
think you're right.
Well, you're on our side right now. With us?
I'm here to see the wedding.
Okay.
But I cannot
What?
help you get there, and the walk is not over.
Well, I'm still walking back and forth. Everybody knows
Right.
this, right?
I understand.
Okay.
I assumed
Alright.
you were. Had you stopped, I would have, said something.
Right.
The long walk
Mm.
ends beyond that gate.
Why do you say that there will be war on the other side?
When did I say that?
You told that to your son. You said that you were offering him a gift, and that what lies beyond this gate was war.
Yes, there's a fight coming for you on the other side of this gate.
From the Unseelie?
I don't know.
The metapilot,
Haven't been.
the journeyman,
The journeyman cannot cross the ways.
right, but
Whoever put this in motion has agents on the other side of that gate ready for you. Just be prepared.
and we are. Right, everybody? You feel prepared?
Yes.
Very well. With luck, then, I will see you at the altar.
Are you not coming with us?
And without it, I'll see the rest of you as well. I'm not here to fight your battles, humans. I'm here only
If
to
you
honor.
want to help, you benefit from. Well, okay.
There's no proof of my benefit, and I am not selfish. If it is my time, then it is my time.
So you accept that you're being undone?
I accepted a plan to undo me is in the works.
Why would someone think you need to be saved?
I don't know.
What could you be saved from?
Unmaking?
If they unmake you,
humanity.
If they unmake you, does that unmake you like before you did anything, like back in time? That tracks.
I
I'm not
see.
being killed. I am being unmade.
Unmade.
It will
never to,
be as though I
yes.
was never.
Okay.
Never to have existed before. That makes more sense.
For this metaverse here. Okay.
Well, I guess we'll see you at the altar.
Well, then Jack would absolutely have wanted you to come with us to help protect your son.
I don't care what Jack would have wanted. And he is not my son, he is Jack's.
He's yours.
No, child, he isn't.
That's not Jack anymore, Mom.
I became I when he was conceived.
So the last bit of Jack flew out of that and is now in that. And by flew, I mean, you know.
Swam upstream.
Mm-hmm.
Possible.
I just got an exceptionally bad feeling about all of this. I'm just going to be on the record.
Now I have a question.
Just
just now, just the one. Everything else is perfectly clear. So if we do get married, the unmaking is going to be harder to unmake.
Correct.
But if we don't get married, the unmaking might
Happens immediately.
might save the blacksmith. No.
Nope. It will unmake the blacksmith.
I just heard that if we unmake the blacksmith, then he returns to like a human. That's what I heard.
No,
then he'll
you
never have
unmake
existed.
the blacksmith never was. Anything he touched never was.
like Ambrose.
Or Zenda.
Yeah. Okay. So we don't want to unmake. We're getting married.
No.
Let's go.
I do have a final question for you, Blacksmith. I see that you have an acquaintance of mine held quite tightly. If I offer my services to you to get you to the altar, will you let them free?
Do you think I captured this creature?
I do not know how you obtained the creature.
Have you asked her?
I will. And I will ask her, how did you come to be under his power?
She explains to you that she didn't come to be under his power. She approached him so he could come and witness his own unmaking as a final jibe from the queen.
So we are absolutely facing an unseelie army.
You don't know what you're facing, but she doesn't seem to think that they have much of an army to fight with.
But
Armies
she's
don't
all
get the job done.
no. But she did say if you witness your unmaking means that she has information on it, not the wedding not happening.
Possibly.
Is there any way to question her further, or is that futile?
Yeah, I suppose we have a few more minutes left in the show.
Okay, never mind. We'll just go through.
No, go ahead and ask your questions. Maybe they'll be good.
No pressure.
Right. Yeah. Right. I actually don't want to waste any time, and I don't have a well-formed question at the top of my head.
Let's get married.
Let's do it.
Let's get married.
Once per session, I'm allowed to be in swarm form, so I'd like to be in swarm form right now.
You have to walk.
You can't
I know.
walk.
I can walk in swarm form. My little
Nope.
bees.
Absolutely not.
Rude. Fine.
Only a couple of those little bees would be walking, and the rest of them would be flying, so no. You can do it. It'll just break the ritual, and you know that.
Fine.
It's only 100 more feet. Can you manage to not be in swarm form for 100 feet?
Yes.
We'll see. All right. You all go together or apart?
I'm
Together.
locked. I'm locked.
Verbal answers from everyone only, please.
Together.
I'm locked arm Ambrose just in case his pilot chickens out.
So I'm not staying behind here with the crazy hooded guy. No, I'm going with you.
Yeah, he lets you pass. The other wayfarer hisses at you like a cat for no good reason. She's always been kind of a wackadoo. And you walk through the archway and enter the Feywild. This part of the Feywild looks like a kind of a mirror version of the town on the other side of it.
Ooh.
So it looks like a kind of a, like if Colby, Ohio were made of candy. It's the best way I can describe it. Anything that would be made of iron here is instead made of gold. So like everything gleams a little brighter. You know, the little industrial town actually looks very gilded from this point of view.
Golden.
And you know that less than, not any, now that you're here, you are in her homeland. The long walk is over. You can stop pacing at any time now.
Whew.
That part of the ritual is complete. Now you just have to get to a suitable marriage spot.
This look
by
good?
the designated time, which isn't very long from now.
How's this spot look for you guys? Look good?
Right on the other side of the gate.
Yeah.
It has to be a designated spot.
No. Really, it just has to be any spot that you kind of sanctify and say, okay, this is going to be the marriage spot. As long as you're in the Feywild, you're technically to the letter of the law. Yes, you planned it on getting married at one of the castles or cathedrals, but time is of the essence at this point. It's not.
I'm ready to go right here.
Yeah, it's not like you need an ordained minister. As long as the Feywild witnesses your union, you should be okay.
However, that doesn't stop this progress ritual thing completely. I mean, yeah, it interrupts it, but they could still follow through. So,
Of course.
two birds, one stone. Wayfarer, where's the Winter Queen at? Because she's obviously doing this bad juju stuff, right?
I mean, you say obviously.
Well, even the blacksmith said that, or the blacksmith's little pet said that the Winter Queen sent her, so he could see his undoing.
Agents
That would
of the
imply.
Winter Court, but not necessarily the Winter Queen. Yeah.
Exactly.
Same difference.
Yeah, she said the queen, and those winter ones, they can be a little lie at times. They're
Yeah.
known fibbers.
So what has to happen for the wedding to be like on and going?
So, how that works is you create a circle, you stand in the middle of it together, you hold hands, you name each other husband and wife along with their name. You basically give them their title. I name you my husband, I name you my wife.
Is the circle something that I need to make with physical objects, or is it just
Usually done with like rocks or toadstools, or I mean, it's the Feywild. You can pretty much imagine that stuff into existence while you're here. So it's not.
Yeah.
It is a place of deep magic.
My betrothed, are you ready?
Yeah. Oh,
Excellent.
okay.
Take my hands.
All right.
All right. I, the whisper.
Whole and yeah, okay. Now I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative.
I knew that was coming.
I, the whisper.
I, the whisper. Oh, balls. Where'd it go? Shit. Hold on. I lost stuff.
I have a 22, Christian.
Thank you very much.
18. I lost a die.
Uh,
19.
17?
19.
19, okay. And Vanessa?
20.
20. All right, and these guys. Not as fast as the last guys. They go on 11 because apparently they just suck at things.
It happens.
Everybody, what's your mind score?
Do you want the person we're closest to, or just the highest one?
The highest one, as long as you're not on one end or the other.
Right.
10.
Great.
10.
7.
8.
12.
All right. You can tell that there are 15 of these attackers. Some of you may recognize them, some of you may not. They are fey creatures known as redcaps. Some of you have faced them before. They're horrible in every way.
Yeah, indeed.
They're like nasty little sharp-toothed dwarves with bloody red beanies on and they can eat through anything.
Oh.
They're like Smurfs that are piranhas. Is this?
Yeah, you're reminded of this immediately because they're much bigger than Smurfs, but they're 4 to 5 feet tall. They're
like middle schoolers that are piranhas.
right,
Okay,
but they're freakishly strong middle schoolers that can bite through cars.
awesome.
Are they like a little cute or like no?
In a kind of a Ghoulies sort of way, yeah. Sure. They're a lot less cute here.
Sure.
Since they're trying to, they have little axes and picks and swords and spears and bows and arrows, and they're coming.
They just have like a hood and a loincloth generally, right?
They're wearing little hats.
Right.
Little stiff red caps that they have dipped in blood and made all gross looking.
Wonderful.
That's unacceptable.
It's where they get their delightful name.
Indeed.
Red caps.
All right, yeah, these coming right at you, but you get to act before them. But they seem to be surrounding, like they're coming from all sides.
Yeah.
But you do get to go first, starting with Rosie, the smiliest Fae.
I'm gonna turn to the two young lovers. Keep going to make this happen. Try to hold off and complete the marriage ceremony. And then I'm going to summon Mercy.
Okay. A large sword appears in front of you, floating there.
Great. I'm hoping that one, since it's a weapon of the Feywild that I should not be wielding, that has some spark of something, but summoning it is my action, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so I only have one action per round, so.
Groovy. All right, moving on to Vanessa.
So around us, you said there was gold. Are there? What else is around in our immediate vicinity?
Anything you would find in a small town is pretty much there. It's just more Fey-like. None of it's iron.
None of it's iron, but iron isn't the only metal that I can.
Right, you have no problem with any metal whatsoever. You are, a metal god.
What is the nearest metal object to us right now?
Oh, there's all sorts of things. Fence posts, light poles. I mean, it's...
Okay, light pole. So
Yeah.
I want to, for my first attack, I want to use my metal powers to grab a light pole and just blast it back.
Knock some dudes down with it.
Yeah. Ah! That's what they would say.
All right. Give me an attack roll or a metallurgy roll.
Yes. Where's my dice? Oh, I beat that by 1. I rolled a 15.
That'll actually get a couple of the guys in front. The pudgier ones with the little axes. They only have a dodge bonus of 0, so no problem. It lands right on top of 2 of them, and they're pinned underneath this metal pole.
With my second attack, I want to do the same thing
with the same metal pole or a different one.
A different one.
Okay.
Yeah. That.
Give me another roll.
Mailbox over there. Maybe some of them will go inside of the mailbox. That one I beat by 2.
All right. That actually will hit one of the other ones, no problem. One of the regular warriors.
Nice.
Mailbox, you said, just comes flying out of nowhere, and as he's running at you guys, he just gets beamed in the side of the head and just crosses his eyes and falls right over.
All right, well. Got a couple of them.
Indeed. Jenica.
I have an ability where I can copycat anybody else's power or ability. May I?
Is that Jenica power?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I'm one away from the avatar, so I can still access Jenica powers.
Right.
Can I copy the metal power?
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay. I'd like to copy the metal power, and I'd like you all to know that calcium is a metal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to disintegrate as many teeth on the red caps as possible.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to need a power usage roll.
Oh, sure. Let me get my dices.
And how many of them are you? You have to pick a number of how many of these guys you are attacking. Because that's going to determine how many actions you are using.
Oh, so each one of them is an action? Okay, so I'm going to do a
small group of them, depending on the size of them, but yes.
I'm going to do 2 because I have 2 actions.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to say that you can get between 4 and 8 of them with 2 actions.
Okay, thank you. All right, so action number 1.
They also have calcium in their bones, I'm just saying.
Right, I know. I just thought their teeth were like the scary part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Count.
Okay, I got my fighting. No, you said a power roll.
Power usage.
Is that Fey magic?
Nope. It's going to be on your Jenica sheet if you have it.
I don't think I have a power. It just says Jenica can copy 1 power or ability.
All right, let me see what I've got, what we can use. Let me take a look at your sheet here. I'll let you use your sorcery roll at a -2.
Jenica's sorcery? Okay.
Correct.
All right. Yes, Jenica's sorcery. Can I use that moment of clarity?
You sure can.
Oh, awesome. That just makes me feel a lot better.
Do
Oh
it.
yeah, that's delightful. I beat that by 8.
Woo!
Fantastic.
Okay, and then the second one, bigger dice, right?
For the next one, yeah.
Yes. Ooh, beat that by 4.
All right. So, see, that by 4, 2. So you got 6 of them
And I
all
just
together. As the teeth fall right out of their heads, they just dissolve.
I just want like old man gumminess happening. Like
It looks like there's plenty of that happening.
Excellent.
The big, sharp, scary teeth that they had before are no longer in their mouths. Their mouths, however, are still present.
Sure. And probably
Ambrose.
strong.
Still holding hands with the whisper. I, Ambrose Sakavetti, name you my wife, Lady of the Summer Breeze.
Ooh, yes. Halfway done.
Halfway there. And I will also take my action for instant probability and calculations, which will allow me to gain a +4 bonus on the next round for my actions. And that's all I can do.
Well done.
Excellent. And see, that's all of yous, right?
All of us.
Yes, all of you. It's time for baddies to go. All right. Let's see. We got 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna put 4 of them on each of you. But the ones that are going after our bride and groom, 6 of them don't have teeth.
Hooray!
2 of them eat through the light pole and stand up.
Okay.
1 of them continues to lie on the ground. 8 of them attack the married couple.
Oh god.
Jenica, what's your dodge bonus?
+6.
All right. You get hit 2 times.
Okay.
It would be 50 damage.
Okay.
But they don't have teeth.
Oh my god.
So I'm calling it 20 because they still bite really, really hard.
Okay, that just takes out the health from my Patreon. Thanks, Patreon. Or
There you go.
people that
They are
support.
treated as cold iron for purposes of hitting you. If you have an aversion to that, you won't against these because they're chimerical creatures, much like yourself.
Excellent.
And 4 of them attack Ambrose.
We've been raided in chat for the record. Just
We've been raided.
Hello.
Oh, hi, people.
Hello.
Hello, Raiders. We're in a final battle kind of situation. That's always fun.
Yeah.
What's your dodge bonus, Ambrose?
4.
Only 1 of them hits you, and there's a 50-50 chance they don't have teeth.
Just a quick question. Did they succeed by more than 4 above my dodge bonus? Just for a question.
Oh, good point.
No.
No? Okay. I would like to use my inhuman reflexes, which allows me to once per session get an additional +4 dodge bonus against 1 attack.
They completely miss you then. Everybody misses you.
Okay.
James, you never let me kill anybody. That's fine. That's fine. We got 4 on the Wayfarer. What's your dodge bonus?
6.
They have to roll so low to hit you. Stupid. 1 of them hits you.
Ah!
Maybe with his teeth. Maybe with an axe. I don't know yet. It's an axe. You're fine. Crap. Crap. Just die already. And 4 of them on Gina. Dodge bonus?
8 +6, not 8. 8's my mind.
That one seems to trip over its own axe and impale itself. That's always nice.
Nice.
Ooh, that one rolled a 3. You're in trouble now, girl.
Oh no!
That one didn't hit you. And that one didn't hit you. But one of them got you. That'll teach you. Maybe it's an axe, maybe it's teeth. Teeth! 80 damage!
80?
50!
Oh.
Oh, fucking bit me
Really hard.
real bad.
We got any armor situations happening with you at all?
You have some from the
Patreon.
I
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Plus 30 health,
Oh. Damn.
so I'm not almost dead. Well, I only took. Okay.
20.
Yeah,
Sweet.
you only take the 20. You're just fine. Everybody's okay. All right, which moves us to our next round. They've attacked everybody, right? Oh wait,
Correct.
I forgot about the wild card guy. Hold on.
Ah.
The wild card guy.
He's my archer. He just stands in the back and shoots arrows, hopefully not drawing any of your attention. He hasn't even broken stealth yet. But he will right now if you notice him.
Should I roll a notice?
No, not yet.
All right.
He gets to shoot first. That's his special ability. He doesn't hit anybody. He is terrible at archery for some reason, even though I made him as an archer. Yeah.
He just needs to warm up.
He's got a 15 archery skill, and he rolled. Yeah, I don't even want. He's very good at it, and should have, by all rights, hit one of you. Even takes away your dodge bonus. He hit nothing.
Like a stormtrooper.
But he also did not break stealth. So winning.
So winning.
right here. Okay, we are in a brand new round. And I'm going to have you all roll initiative one more time because, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the rule of cool.
Oh, yeah! Please be high. Please be high. Please be high. Oh!
23.
13.
Oh, don't cry. Don't cry, sweetheart.
Oh no, I know exactly what I want to do, so I'm fine if I go first.
15.
Vanessa, you got a 23?
I did.
15 for James?
Very small.
And what was yours, Sarah?
8
8.
with an initiative bonus of 6. I rolled double ones.
Well, the
on
one
12.
time you don't want to roll
All right,
double
guys,
ones.
we have one, maybe two more rounds left in this episode. Let me just establish what your goals are before you tell me what you're going to do, so you have a little bit of time to think about this. Okay. Ambrose and Whisper need to get married.
And we're halfway
Half
there.
that ritual is already done, and Whisper has been named. What did you name her?
I'm the Lady
Lady
of the Summer Breeze.
Lady of the Summer Breeze. Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
So you still have to name him.
Yes.
And you have to save the blacksmith, and you have to defeat these red caps.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you ready?
Oh, sure. It's great. Sounds
As we'll ever
fabulous.
be.
I have a question. The blacksmith said he was going to witness our nuptials. Has he appeared?
Yeah, where is
You have not seen him since you crossed over.
Interesting.
Any other questions?
I think we just got to roll with the punches here, with what time it is and what we got to do.
Time to go. All right.
Yep.
So I'm going to say
Wait, hold
Now-
on. You got the 8, right? So yeah, you go first. All right. So
I-
what's your
oh.
perfect? It's rule of cool. It's perfect world situation. Chat votes on what happens.
Yeah.
Remember, if chat votes for you and you win, you automatically critically succeed. However, if they don't vote for you, you have a -5 to your roll when you have to do whatever it is you said you were going to do anyway. Just refreshing people on the rules here.
Thank
Sarah.
Okay. So I have 2 actions or 2 attacks. I'm assuming that my wedding vows are an attack or an action, whatever.
They
Okay.
will count as an action.
All right. So I'm going to say and do I call myself now the Lady of the Summer Breeze since he has named me?
Yes.
Okay. I, the Lady of the Summer Breeze, take thee, Ambrose, the Steel Lionheart,
Oh, nice. Cute.
to be my lawfully wedded husband of all time. Amen.
Right, you can write your own. That's okay.
I don't know what is.
You did great. You did great.
Thanks. The
Okay,
intent
so we'll
was
assume you're doing that for your first action, which you now have a chance to fail on, which is weird.
rude.
I didn't decide to put it up for voting.
Okay, and then the action that my second attack is I'm going to be in swarm form, obviously, because I haven't done that yet, and I have to. It's part of my job. Anyway, I'm going to stick a wasp, a little nano wasp, in all of the red cap's ears too, because they have 2 ears.
That's
And-
true.
And I want to do a Dumb and Dumber, the world's worst noise, it kind of included with an electrical shock, and just be like,
Oh God.
All right, little feedback. Got it.
because I'm hoping it will distract and terrify and, I don't know, discombobulate them in some way.
Right, discombobulate them. And what words are you using again?
What words am I supposed to use?
I just want to hear what words you were using. I'm not giving you directions here.
Okay, I said I, the Lady of the Summer Breeze, take...
What do you name him?
I named him Ambrose the Steel Lionheart.
Okie doke.
Good or bad?
Feedback. Got it.
But like excruciating feedback with some electricity.
Yeah. I got it. It'll discombobulate all of them. They'll fall down in pain. If it works, it'll be good. Don't worry.
Okay. I won't worry ever.
Okay, good. Maggie.
Well, I have I've always actually been a fan of good Crash Jackson, who is not here. But more than being a fan, I have always been unbelievably jealous of his special ability Hacksaw. So what I would like to try to do for a cool rule of cool is, since I have Mercy, I have a conduit. I would like to, with magic, I'm going to call lightning down from the sky to my sword. I am then going to raise all of the teeth that were removed from their mouths that are on the ground. As I flick with magic the teeth towards the redcoats, I'm going to use the sword to infuse the teeth with electricity so that as it goes into their hearts, they all get electrocuted.
What's going into their hearts? The teeth?
Yeah.
Electrified teeth.
I'm gonna flick the teeth with magic so that they drill into the hearts of as many redcoats as possible while having electricity happen.
So you're not like hitting them all instead of so you're calling lightning, but then instead of hitting them all with lightning, you're going to shoot teeth at them.
Electric teeth.
Yeah, but the lightning's going into the teeth, and then the teeth go in, and then they.
Got it.
I didn't want to be straight up Thor. I'm Loki. Come on.
Got it. Adventures in Tesla Dentistry. Got it.
Yes. There,
that's good.
James and Crash Jackson in the episode.
Oh.
All right, James. GM Jams.
Well, let's see here. I'm in the middle, so I get to access to both sheets. So I'm really going to fly by the seat of my pants here. I'm going to use Pierce's capabilities because he can always tell the probability and calculate mathematical equations instantaneously in his head. So I'm going to use this spear that Ambrose carries, this guardian spear, this magically enchanted spear, and calculate the angles and probabilities to bounce it from the ground so that it will then bounce through and impact every single red cap, one after the other, ricocheting off of every object nearby until it completes an entire circuit, skewering every single red cap.
Okay, so we have a Shock Zor and, of course, a Shishka Crash. And Vanessa.
So, okay. I was trying to think of something that would include the blacksmith, but he's not here.
You certainly don't see him.
We don't see him. Well, he's gonna have to. If he's gonna keep his oath, I guess he'll have to be here. Okay, the little red caps. Okay. I was hoping someone would. I would be inspired to like. Okay. I'll help with that, but I don't know.
Plenty of time.
Thing to do there. All right. The most important thing is to help my son get married, and well, also the undoing. Okay, whatever. Fuck it. So we'll take care of these red caps. I want to use sorcery here to This is weird, but it's a rule of cool. I wanted to make a red cap with sorcery who's a little bard, like a little bard red cap. With my bardic powers, yeah. And it's also infused with my metalworking powers, this little evil bard red cap that I'd like to generate. And he's kind of going to be like the Pied Piper that leads them away from us with his little... let's give him a flute. But the most important part is that...
Can it be a tin flute since you only make stuff out of metal?
Yes.
Making a little metal Pied Piper with a little metal flute, and he's going to lead all the red caps away?
Yes, and I want to work in my metal working to the magic of the sound of the flute that makes it so that they have little axes, you said, right?
Yeah, tiny little asses. What?
Yeah, made of metal.
Axes, right, yeah.
That makes them attack themselves as they led away by this magical...
So you're creating a metal Pied Piper who's going to play a metal flute, who's going to play a metal song that is going to make these little red caps dance so hard that they accidentally slash themselves with their own weapons.
Or purposefully.
Or purposefully. Maybe, yeah, they're malicious little fuckers. They might.
And in this time, I will urge my son and the lady of the summer breeze to really solidify.
Just consummate it right now, guys. Let's go.
Mom! I'm going to see if I can get him to bone down right in the circle. It's going to be tight.
Oh, God. I feel like just a kiss would do.
I promise that my brain was not thinking that at all. My brain was actually not doing it. But
Come on, Mom. You're embarrassing me.
Go on record and say, no, it's perverted as hell. Okay.
I'm sorry, Rosie.
I'm just throwing this out here, but Ambrose doesn't seem like the type to bring protection with him. Like, because he likes to be prepared. I don't think he saw this coming. So.
Just their vows will do. This is
all right. So that is the cool.
And hopefully the blacksmith will show up in all this, and we can then do something about that.
Yeah.
That's the most ridiculous rule of cool I've spot out.
All right, so going through this, I don't know if we've started the voting yet because I can't see chat.
It has started. The poll is open.
It has started. Okay.
What are the names of them?
Mine is. Oh, go ahead.
Why nanobots buzz in people's ears? And then
Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
Metal Mama. And if someone votes for number 3, the screen that I'm seeing will show that to me.
James's.
That's what I don't know yet. They're not voting.
Good name.
I need you to vote.
Oh, chat.
Oh,
scroll. Who's
scrolling back up.
scrolling? Oh, mathematic spearfishing.
Magic spear spearfishing.
Magic spearfishing. That's good.
That is good.
I'm impressed this week, I gotta say.
Loving it.
Yes.
The name Metal Mama convinced me. Metal Mama is a good name.
That is a good name. Save
Although I am just throwing it out there, like, we could save the marriage if you vote for Sarah. Like,
that's
the
what
marriage.
I mean, to be fair, mine was the dumbest thing to like attack the red cap, so I feel them.
No, I don't think it's not dumb.
It's a little bit dumb.
It was
I
not
rolled
dumb.
I rolled a 2. I mean, I kind of
you
went.
All right, I need to close voting here pretty soon, folks. So get those votes in so I can kill this party.
No.
I'm ready to go. It's fine. I will
Yeah,
sacrifice.
I'm gonna
I
miss
will become.
you.
Oh man, can you imagine Rosie as the blacksmith?
Ooh.
She would be perfect for it. She's
I
just
know.
enough of a grumpy bastard to pull it off.
I know. I'm just saying it's like not the worst idea I've ever had.
But it wouldn't be Rosie. It would be the Wayfarer who can't be the blacksmith because she has no soul. She's a fae.
Yeah, I'm just like thinking out loud.
Yeah.
Oh, close winners.
Oh, plural.
Why do
It's
I
a
hear
tie.
winners? What kind of bullshit you all trying to play here?
It's a tie. Hey, we have already established in
Yeah,
canon.
Chris
that ties
Odie
are
established ties mean they both happen.
Ha!
So,
Why do
Metal
we let that
Mama-
guy establish canon? Okay, wait.
Metal Mama and Why Nana Wasp buzzing people's ears. It's a win.
We're married. We married. We married.
Wow, what a weird scene for those red caps today.
What a weird wedding.
Yeah.
Weird wedding.
All right, so let's go with let's see who lost.
I did.
Oh,
I did.
All right, James. Let's start with
All
your
right.
losing maneuver.
Hey, you know what? I got something in my favor. I used my instant probability calculation
So you only
last
have a
round.
-1 instead of a -5.
So yeah, odds are slightly in my favor on this one, to be
I
honest.
can't say that they're not. So
Here
you're
comes the mathematical spearfishing. And that's going to beat it, even with the penalty by 1. I'm going to beat that by 12 on
that's
my...
great news. James, what is how many attacks do you have?
Usually only 1.
Usually only 1, but you've managed to split it this time.
Yes, lots of times.
13 ways.
Yeah.
I'll let you get 3 of them.
Okay.
Because, nope.
Hey, math is math.
Yeah, physics be not on your side this time. Sorry.
That's all right. 1 spear, 3 red caps.
Yeah,
Call it
no,
good.
they're dead. There's 10 left. You just and it went in funny angles and did cool math things, but the force of it was not enough to carry it through the 3rd one. However, there are 3 attached to 1 cool spear that suddenly materializes back in your hand.
red cap shish kebab.
Indeed, Margaret.
Well, I have not used my Patreon +6, so I'm going to use it to negate that +5, giving me. Oh, you looked like you were going to say something.
No. I'm gonna go ahead and let you try and math this one out.
It would be a +1 then for me, in the end, to my roll.
To do what?
My rule of cool.
Which was?
To pick up the teeth with magic, the sword, the lightning, put the lightning in the teeth go into their hearts.
And so, how many targets do you want to try and hit?
I will hit. Let's do 3 targets. It's a rule of cool.
Okay. So that'll give you a total of -6 plus the -5 for a total of -11.
And then I can do my +6.
Then you add the +6, so it's back to a -5.
Okay, in that case, then it's right on. I got a 16.
Awesome job. That is more than enough to hit them. That's exactly enough to hit them. But
awesome.
You got them. You summoned down lightning through Mercy, which normally can't summon lightning, so that's pretty cool. And electrify teeth, so they fly through people like bullets, which normally they also can't do. So you did super good.
Thank you.
I just watched a Mythbusters on that. Teeth actually, yeah, they just disintegrate.
All right. Vanessa.
Yes. Metal
We're going to
Mama.
have you go next.
Yeah, she had the tie with
me.
The problem is that these two normally would just cancel each other out, especially
That's
since
true.
they both critically succeeded. One of you is playing a song to lure people away, and one of you is plugging their ears and making them hear the worst sound they've ever heard.
Let's just do 1 ear. Let's do 1 ear of the
No,
worst.
no. You already said both ears.
All right. Okay. I was just trying to help you.
Don't
make
worry.
sense of
I had to think about this for a minute because it was so ridiculous.
That is so funny, but not funny though.
So we're gonna go with Vanessa's first.
And they're gonna like machete themselves as they dance down the street.
You know, she just starts like waving her hands around like a crazy person. You know, typical Midwestern Italian lady. And you know, like you get away from my son, you bastard! And waving her hands around. Metal starts flying up from all different sources: gold, silver, steel, you name it, all like forming into a perfect little like red cap. And then the red cap, the metal red cap, holds out his hand, and he looks much more jaunty and less sharp-toothed than all the other red caps. He's kind of adorable. Instead of wearing a red cap, he's wearing a little Peter Pan hat. It's friggin' cute. There's a little metal feather sticking out of it. More metal comes flying out. This exhaust pipe flies into his hand. Holes appear in it, and now he's got this cute little flute. He starts dancing around jauntily, playing his little flute. And sure enough, the red caps, who are unaffected by any kind of charm, usually, start dancing around like tiny little assholes.
Yay!
They're just and he starts leading them off into the woods. At which point, about 26 pieces of the bride fly off of her body.
Little pieces.
Shoot into the ears of these red caps. Now, they can no longer hear the song. But the dance doesn't really stop because they're like, it just kind of turned into a more metal concert. Like they're more headbanging now than they were before, trying to pull things out of their ears, clawing at each other. It is horrible.
Do they feel compelled to chop themselves to pieces?
Because that was another part of her thing.
They're compelled to, but you know that takes some time.
Okay.
What
they're definitely chopping, and some of them are getting chopped. There is no question about that. They really want to continue following the Piper, but it's difficult at the moment. Sarah, I need you to give me one more roll.
Okay.
At the bottom of end of your turn.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna give me a psychology roll.
Oh well. So do you want me on the bad dice then?
It's a rule of cool, so it doesn't matter. Use whatever dice you would normally use or want to use. Treat it like a moment of clarity for this situation.
Awesome. I beat that by 3.
That's all I needed you to do. The second half of your rule of cool was almost spot on. You just named him the wrong thing.
Okay. How do I name him correctly?
Well, you're giving him a title, right?
Yeah.
And what you decided on was Steel Lionheart.
Yeah.
But what you should have chosen, and what you see clearly now in this moment of clarity, why not Blacksmith?
Name him Blacksmith? Oh. But I don't want to do that to him.
I'm just letting you know that you, that would solve all of your problems.
Okay, can I redo? Can I undo? Can I push
You
the
haven't technically done it yet. Like as
Okay.
soon as you're about to say it, I gave you that roll so you have that moment of, oh, if I say this,
Okay.
then this all ends now.
Can I amend it? Can I call him like a blacksmith with like an adjective?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to call him Ambrose the kind-hearted blacksmith.
And so you do.
Bloody hell.
Hero stuff.
Pierce, as soon as she says it out loud, you realize that that is just fucked.
Yeah.
Like, it was perfect, but that was a pretty screwy thing to do. And you're like, oh, I'm really upset now. And then you feel your world go white. And you are in a metapod all by your lonesome. You look over at the metapods next to you, one of the ones that was empty when you got in is now full. Ronald Gabriel Zenda is in that pod, and Crash is standing next to it holding a plug. Did I get the timing right?
Oh.
What you see, Fae and Fae folk, is just this. She names him Blacksmith. The world seems to stop. Everything outside the circle kind of freezes, except for you. Inside the circle between the two of you, the blacksmith appears.
So he's like part of the hug, like he's in the middle.
He joins your hands together.
Okay.
And begins tying them in a hand fasting situation.
Mm-hmm.
As he does that, you see his hand slowly turns more and more gnarled metal. As the arm changes, the hood comes down, and so does the face. And by the end of the hand fasting, the blacksmith is Jack, a few years older, holding a cloak that he hands to his son.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, thank you for watching Masters of the Metaverse. That is our story for tonight. Don't forget, we are here on Mondays. We're in our final season, so you should check us out. Things are starting to get really interesting. And if you like things like magical space princesses, I suggest you watch next week.
I like magical space princesses.
So do I. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Love you.
Everyone.
Bye, chat. Thank you.